The following is rated TV MALSV. It contains strong language, violence, and nudity. It is intended only for mature audiences.
Viewer discretion is advised.
Greetings, everyone. I am Devious Dave Rose, and I welcome each and every single one of you for this impromptu Tribunal update and news stream. As always, let's start off the show by showing our gratitude and appreciation for those that have chosen to spend their time with us today. So let's start off by saying hello and greetings to Sleazy Cyan, the YR Program, Steve Callan, the man, J. Diz, the lovely Tiffany, J. Giles, It's the Costanza, and I'm sure a few more will slowly filter in here. Now, let's continue, I should say, by discussing why we are here. That is correct. Many people are referring to that in the chat. Jay Diz says, yes, I know, in reference to me saying the Tribunal is on Saturday at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. He says he meant less than 24 hours before the start of everything and the ending, finally. Oh, yes, we are all greatly looking forward to this, as am I. And it feels like a great weight has been lifted off my shoulders, and yet there is still a little bit of footwork to do, but everything is coming together exactly as we have planned. And Nikki and I have basically ensured that there's no way that the Tribunal nor the evidence marathon will be taken down. So what I want to remind you, who's listening right now, is that tomorrow at 9 a.m. is the start of the marathon. Now, you'll have to go to this channel to see what the link is for, or the links, I should say, for the stream of the marathon. The evidence marathon is actually going to be aired on multiple channels. So it'll be like whack-a-mole if anyone tries to fuck around. So there'll be multiple people airing this, and if they get struck, well, the episode will continue to stream. Nothing stopping the original stream. You can get all the simulcasts down, but the stream itself is going to be up. Plus, this is really just to bring people up to speed. I've got all these clips. Nikki's got all these clips. The minnows have some, the sparrows have some, the birdies have some, the whisperers, as Nick called them the other day, have some. But the entire, between me and Nick, we have it all. We have it all. In fact, I also wanted to mention that although many of you may have not, shout out to JR4 the third there in the chat, many of you may have not heard Scott's little tirade last night. He released 3 or 4 videos. One of them was about an hour and 50 minutes, I believe. And thank you very much, Reddit, Scott McKinnon Reddit page. Said it posted this on the Scott McKinnon Reddit page. Excellent. I would also hope that tomorrow you are also paying attention to this channel. Grab the link or the links of the various simulcast channels that will be showing the evidence marathon and post it there as well. What was I saying? Oh, excellent. Shout out to the Goon. And he says, public announcement. In order to preserve the integrity of the Tribunal, I will release the community collage to be revealed on No Hard Feelings following the Tribunal. Sounds very interesting. No Hard Feelings would probably be either Sunday or Monday. So the tribunal will start at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Saturday afternoon. I suspect at least 3 hours. And later on that night, we have Foul Mouth's Insomniac, which I'm sure will discuss the topic to some extent. I believe Filthy Mouth Gamer will be on there, and everyone always looks forward to his take on things. Oh, my best friend Travis has popped up in the chat. It says no notification. Yeah, fuck YouTube. Thankfully, we've only been going on for 10 minutes, and not much has been discussed. But yeah, so in regards to the evidence marathon, be sure to check on this channel tomorrow. Be sure to check out the Scott McKinnon Reddit page, and be sure to check out the tweets of Nikki Nines, Foulmouse Ken, and a few other people that will be out there. So, yes, that is where the marathon will be airing, not on this channel. Because what we're going to do is we're going to ensure that this channel does not get struck, at least during the tribunal. So, during the tribunal, the case will be presented about Scott Anthony McKinnon, and it will go into great detail on his criminality. Oh, that's what I was saying. Shout out to Festlove in the chat. What I was saying, actually, is that this video that he released yesterday, Scott McKinnon, an hour and 50 minutes or something like that, well, I got it. Okay, Scott, Scunty, you thought that you could, do your little therapy sessions at night. Apparently, in one of the clips, he's actually reading somebody's comments in the chat. Have to be Simo's, like, oh, you better watch out, Dave Rhodes. You don't know what you're messing with. Well, shut the fuck up. But the thing is, though, that is also going to be added to the evidence marathon. Obviously, since it's the newest things, it'll go at the end. But basically, everything that Scott has done is going to be on that marathon. All the evidence, apart from me actually having compiled and easily able to present this to law enforcement on a DVD or USB drive, it'll be available on YouTube. And, free use allows it. But because we know Scott McKinnon is a bitch, and despite in this clip he said he's not a bitch, he's very much a bitch, we know that what he's going to try to do. So, essentially, since we understand Scott so well and he is so predictable, we ensure that there's no way that he can take down the marathon. And when I have the tribunal on my channel, it won't be bullying. It won't be anything but stated facts. And I will go through every single crime that he has committed to me and a few other people, as well as they will provide good context to the entire situation. But I also wanted to add is that I did definitely want to create a Power Trip episode 14. Well, actually, I still want to properly review the clips that essentially I was reviewing when the channel itself got struck. And I still want to do a Power Trip on what he released last night. But I'm not going to do it on this channel because I'm not going to risk this asshole striking it again, even if it is something that he'll remove afterwards. He's been going on for the last couple of days of, I was the one that removed the copyright. Well, I guess Nikki was right. Scott was such a pussy-ass bitch when he was confronted with the fact that essentially, if he was lying about the claim, it would be considered perjury. So the dumbass, I guess, realized that, yeah, it would be very stupid for him to do that. And he removed it, but he actually claims that it was about morals, and it's on this fucking episode here, which I'm not going to play, but I will play, after the tribunal. And by the way, I have a DLive channel, and DLive's quite difficult to bring down. So it looks like for the time being, some of those power trips are going to be airing there, or on some other channel. But the bottom line is, it is free use, but right now, the priority is the tribunal. Once that's done, I can easily do, a remake, just like Joe remade the fucking monetize this the next day episode. But yeah, basically, I can redo episode 13 and 14 into one big episode, but after the tribunal. the most important thing is the tribunal goes forward. I present the case on my channel and list all the facts and move forward. There won't be any clips of Scott on that, so he can't, and there won't be any photos of him either. So he won't be able to claim any sort of copyright issues. He won't be able to claim bullying. He won't be able to do anything. What I'm going to be doing is just going through actual facts, documented facts, and detailed facts. Plus, I understand the law, Skunt. Skunty here was on last night's episode was saying, "Oh, you can't charge me, Dave Rose, if you use a fake name." He still doesn't get it. This piece of shit doesn't fucking get it. He doesn't understand that either in the States, whether it be the the district prosecutor, I guess, or district attorney, they're doing it, on behalf of the government, of the people. Same thing in Canada. It's called the Crown. The Crown charges you, stupid. So, yet again, I have to explain the law to someone who claims he knows the law. Obviously, he doesn't, because he's a pussy-ass bitch. But, Scott, you're not going to receive an arrest warrant with my name on it, okay, saying this is the person that charged you. You're going to basically be presented by the police saying you have violated these crimes. As agents of the Crown, it is our duty now to hold you responsible for this for the public safety. Do you understand that, stupid? Do you understand that yet? You can threaten somebody and then threaten some strangers, and bottom line is those people just have to submit that evidence, and the police themselves will, under the direction of the Crown, at least here in Canada, charge you for it. It's not the person. This is not a civil case, you fucking moron. But since you don't want to understand that, you will be destroyed with logic and facts during the tribunal. Skunt. Scott is worthless in the chat says, basically, quote, "I shot you, but I called an ambulance. That's how good of a guy I am." Yeah, that's basically very much his logic. Waffled microphone and bashed up PlayStation 4 says Kurtler. It's actually Kurt and then O apostrophe L-E-R-R. Kurtler. Yeah, we got the Real Talk Metaphor Messiah in the chat. Shout out to him. He's taken a substantial amount of abuse from Scott, and it was totally unwarranted. Well, in most cases, everyone's, it's unwarranted for everyone. But with Real Talk's case in particular, it was just beyond insane. Like, yeah, Scott's always saying that, oh, people are in love with me, obsessed with me. No, Scott, you're the one who's obsessed with attention. You are this jilted ex-lover that needs to be, I guess, the center of attention. You need constant affirmation because, well, a real person, doesn't need that. A fake person, a soft person like you, Skunt, constantly needs to be told that they're okay, that they're fine, that they're not the problem, and that you're okay, pat on the head, you're okay, there's nothing wrong with you, it's the rest of the world. Just like your supposed therapists have said, right, Skunt? To continue on the internet and continue to expose yourself to these situations which you have publicly admitted cause you anxiety and health issues and all these other problems. But yeah, your therapist is telling you to stay on the internet, right? Also, I found it very comical that he was going on and on in this clip, basically talking about the fact that, how much of a spiritual person he is, and then he's trying to claim all this bullshit about blasphemy, and this is the guy, like, I mean, do we remember those taxi videos where he's talking to the Somali taxi driver and just going off on all these different religions, like he knows about them and stuff, and that they're all equivalent and the same? Scott is a blowhard. It's very simple. And, yeah, it's really sad at this point, but that's not going to stop me. The tribunal is moving forward, and we're finally going to see an end to this. And I am going to document what I do in part 2, but it's not going to be made public, like streamed or anything. I'm going to record my interactions with the law enforcement and with mental health people and politicians. I'm going to catalog, all letters that I sent to them and so forth, and any interactions I do have with them. And yeah, basically from that... Sorry, I'm just getting messaged. I should have disabled that sound. That won't happen tomorrow during the fucking marathon. What was I saying? Oh, God damn it. So easily fucking... I don't know. I'm just so focused on the fucking tribunal that, that's all I'm thinking about. I just want to get it done and over with and do what I've promised to do and just really do a bang-up job. These different religions, like he knows about them and stuff, and that they're all equipped. So we're talking about Scott and his religion. It's really sad at this point, but that's not going to stop me. The tribe... Yeah, so... We're going to move forward with this, and I just thought it was funny that I wanted to mention this to you guys. His constant attempt to convince people that he knows what he's talking about, that he's actually a spiritual person, he's a moral person, and we know that's the furthest thing from the truth. Real Talk in the chat says, it is absolutely disgusting to hear him talk about God. It is. It absolutely is. And then he takes this really, the stance that he takes is just fucking disgusting. It's very blasphemous, actually, for him. So it's funny because, he is projecting. And he actually, during this this stream, did admit multiple times that he's projecting. What's up, Nicky Nines? But, he's... Sorry, give me a second here. Yeah, he's constantly thinking that he is going to be able to do the same thing, and he doesn't realize that he doesn't even understand the law. So all these baseless threats, because he keeps saying in this stream from yesterday, he's like, if I get a subpoena to my house, it's over. It's over. It's funny, the other day I sent a clip from 2019 to somebody, and Scott was saying the exact same shit. He was saying, if someone dares call my Wood Buffalo police, they're going to regret it, blah, 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 from 2019. Well, we already know that a few people have already. And we still haven't seen anything from Skunt. And that's from 2019. Okay? I already proved I went to the cops in 2019. Okay? In fact, Victor confirmed that I went to the police station because he took pictures of it and showed Scott, showing him that, he was aware of the same police station. So Scott knows I went there. And he knows that, he knows I contacted the police. And he knows that Tiffany has contacted the police. And he keeps up with this fucking bullshit. Even for the last couple of months, he's saying the same thing he's been saying for years. You better not do this, or else. Well, we've heard that for ages, okay? And since you still have yet to produce anything, we know that you're not going to do shit. The fact that you talk such hubris is laughable. I'm going to have an entire team of police and lawyers live review it with me as soon as that tribunal is on. Sure thing, asshole. Sure thing. I'm sure you have the capital necessary to literally hire these police to sit with you, as well as the lawyers, And you really, your lies are so see-through now, Mark Skunty, it's hilarious. You're just a simple child who's just constantly crying at the fact that they got caught. They got their hand caught in the cookie jar, and now that they're going to get spanked, they're trying to claim that they're the innocent victim. Skunty, not going to work that way. Not going to work that way in the slightest. And the fact is, part 2 is going to be even more glorious, because endangering the public and wasting taxpayer money is considered a very, very bad thing. And, well, the tribunal, as I said, is for the people, but the community, but part 2 is for the people. Because on this fucking stream he said the other day, he's like, these people are accusing me of what they're guilty of. Never threaten anyone's life, stupid, and I certainly haven't ever called the cops, either using a fake name or to make a false statement. Dummy, you have. Let's go back to the chat here. Nicky9 says he thinks he is smart. He is smarter than the smartest man in the community. Laughable. It is, and it's just so funny because it's like a child who's like, well, I'm stronger than you, and they try to lift up a ball, and you're like, well, okay, and then you lift up a desk, they're like, no, you can't be stronger than me. And then they lift up, a small little chair. It's like, okay, I'll lift up this refrigerator. Oh no, you can't be stronger than me. He is pathetic. Scott, if you're listening, or if your boyfriend Simo is listening, get this clip to him. You're pathetic scunt. And the best part is we're going to see how pathetic you truly are once this tribunal goes on. Because now you're going to be having a fucking tantrum. Nobody cares no more, scunt. Nobody cares. But what they do care about is seeing the end of your bullshit. And if that ends up with you being forced away in handcuffs, my mouth is watering. Back to the chat. McScunty the Rat says, Dave Rose, his defense will be he's playing an online character, Mon. It's not real Mon. Hope the white wagon is waiting outside his house, ready to put a straitjacket on and take him away. Well, that would be nice, but, he can claim whatever he wants. You can claim to be Ronald McDonald and call the FBI. Oh, it's still illegal, Ronald McDonald, or whatever the fuck you want to call yourself. He honestly thinks that if you use a fake name and make a false police report or, harass the police at a national security hotline, stupid, that it's perfectly fine because it wasn't my real name. And then he goes on about, oh, well, they should laugh a little more. They should, it's not all serious and stuff. Yeah, it is serious, stupid. You called a national hotline, dummy. And the police aren't going to look very good in that in a curly. You keep saying that, scunt, but all you're doing is, that's just you patting yourself on the head, making you think that it's all going to be okay. Dave Rose can't be right. I couldn't have broken all these laws. I couldn't actually be facing some serious jail time. No, it's wrong. And in these videos, in the past few that he's made, he's like, I don't care if all the people in the community say I'm right or I'm wrong. I'm right. Everyone else is wrong. That's fucking pure delusion there, asshole. That's literally something that can get you locked up by mental health experts because you show that you're so fucking far gone. Nicky9 says he's going to have police live view with him, then put the cuffs on him when they hear the shit he says. Oh, that would be so good. Imagine him streaming that. They're like, oh, shit, did you just say that, Mr. McKinnon? Well, it was a character, man. Okay, sir, just turn around. No, what do you mean, no? Turn around, sir. Tase him. Cuff him. Oh, fuck, he's fat. Use 2 pairs of cuffs. Okay, let's drag him up. Oh, shit. Okay, get the backhoe to drag him out of the basement. I'm innocent. Oh, he's free. Boom. That would be quite the interesting outcome. McScunty the Rat says he need to hit up his roommate for another $2,000 to afford a lawyer. After what he's done, I think you'll need a minimum of 10 grand. Festlove says he has to be feeling the pressure today, and the heat is on. The heat is on. Chad says, oh, welcome, Chad. He must not realize how much lawyers charge per hour. Details are anathema to this guy. It doesn't matter. Details, schmeetails. Who needs details? I know what I'm fucking talking about, Martin. I don't need details. Fucking faggot. Let's see here. Kurt Allure says, great to see Dave live again. All Scott does is project. If you told him to jump off a bridge and he survives, he'll point the finger at you. He goes by his real name and he gives out his real address all the time. He's no character. Well, that's not his real address, though. That's the thing. He moved from that address. So he keeps saying, well, everyone knows my address. No, dummy. No, you moved out of that address. That you were, before his address got revealed, and not publicly, privately, so it's not doxing, dummy. He was like, oh, I'm so untouchable, blah, blah, blah. And then, as soon as the truth came out about the address, oh my God, I'm so scared, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like, oh, well, I don't care if everyone knows my address. Well, you moved to a new place, and you sure as fuck didn't tell everyone where you were. So clearly you are concerned about people knowing your address, Scunty. Kurtler also says, you did this, not me. You did it, bro. Yeah, that is what a fucking moron says. A delusional moron who's mentally ill, who is constantly casting the blame on others rather than at themselves. Scott is Worthless says, is mustachioed Scott his final form? No, crying Scott probably is. J.R. Ford III says, gonna Floyd you, scunt. Travis says, maybe he'll dip into the 3 million he said he has access to. Yeah, that's right. And Jay Diz with a great line, spring community cleaning. Absolutely. You know, this stuff has been festering for years. So it's about time to take all this garbage out. But I wanted to update you as to what was occurring with the tribunal, and for you guys to keep your eyes open on this channel for tomorrow for the links to the evidence marathon, and then Saturday afternoon, 1:30 Eastern time, we go live with the most highly anticipated event that the community has ever seen. The Grand Tribunal of Scott Anthony McKinnon, where we will truly find justice for all the crimes that he has committed. And I look forward to this, to outline every single crime he's committed, what laws he's broken, and what repercussions come with that. We will be establishing a character assessment for all those that we'll be observing, including law enforcement, so that once the tribunal is finally presented, there is a proper understanding of the mental state and criminality of one Scott Anthony McKinnon, so that it's much easier to understand the tribunal and the points that are made. Will Tactics asks what happens tomorrow. As I've stated multiple times, tomorrow's the evidence marathon. That is where a stream will be airing for most of the day, if not the entire day, just replaying clips of Scott's criminality over the past 4 years. As I mentioned, this will establish intent and character for what will be presented on the Grand Tribunal, which is Saturday afternoon, 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Lagoon says, Dave, you gave Scott what he wanted, immortalized in infamy. It's true, it is what he wanted. And it's funny because in these videos, including the one from yesterday, he's saying, I don't want this, nobody wants this. In fact, he said the same thing when he kissed the ring. I don't want this. I was like, I do want this because I want it over. That was 2 years ago, people. 2 fucking years ago. Nothing has changed. So he doesn't seem to get it that we've told him multiple times we don't want anything to do with him. We want him to stop and to leave us alone. He refuses. Well, guess what, asshole? That's called criminal harassment. And we've got the screenshots to prove it. And we've got the audio clips to prove it. You're done, scunt. You're done. You can try to delude yourself all you want. Again, it looks like you were never held accountable for your actions while you were a child. But guess what? Better late than never. You're going to grow up, and you are going to be exposed. Let me quickly check on the chat here. Yep, he's only gotten worse because people just stopped tolerating his shit, and he lost more and more people that were supporting him. And rather than look in the mirror and realize that he is the cause of this, he chose to double down, just like Joe, and blame others for the fact that he was the cause of his problems. And again, scunt, I find it quite comical that you're constantly blowing hot air, saying, you better not do this, I've got all this evidence. But you just prove how worthless you are, stupid. Because rather than stop the tribunal in its tracks before it already goes, with all this evidence you got, what? You change your fucking tone yet again, like, oh, I'll wait till after. Why is that? Because you've got nothing to go on, so you've got to actually say, well, I disagree with that. Well, you can disagree all you want, but the fact is, violation of the criminal code for harassment, isn't changed, you're guilty of that. Okay, we've got the evidence for that. So you can claim whatever the fuck you want, but it's not going to change a goddamn thing. In fact, I do want to review a few things here. Oh, hold on a second here.
I might have fucked up. Maybe I got this wrong. No. Most of you wake up and go, I'm picture perfect, and this motherfucker's a scumbag, and I'm going to join this online group of people or this group of people, and I'm going to be a gang member, and I'm going to be in this gang because I'm a fucking bully and a coward. I don't fucking need to be in gang.
By the way, it does very much appear that he is slandering Real Talk Metaphor Messiah here. You'll hear in a moment. But he's basically stating that a joke made by Real Talk was an actual threat against his life. And it just goes to show how fucking stupid he is.
This motherfucker, because I ain't a fucking coward.
You are, dude. You are. Because if you weren't, you wouldn't be acting like a soft bitch.
I ain't a bitch.
But you are, Skunty. You are.
A fucking bitch wouldn't be here right now.
Actually, that's what a bitch always does, is to go out and fucking try to do damage control on their actions.
I'm talking about the real shit going on in this fucking world, not this stupid YouTube pussy shit y'all got going on.
Well, then go do your own thing, stupid.
I ended this pussy YouTube shit. I thought I did.
Usually you have to go away for that to work.
Y'all keep it going.
You're the one who keeps it going. You're the one who literally streamed last night.
So who's the bitch?
You are.
You like my fucking mustache?
I do not.
N-word. Uh-oh. Let's go. N-word. Uh-oh. Let's go call Black Lives Matter. Word. Uh-oh. Let's go call Black Lives Matter and the SJWs. Yeah, man. And then Heisman and Fogan get away with saying it on YouTube because he's black. Because everybody on YouTube is black and Asian. Everything but white. The fuck out of here. All the show. They only use them for all the fucking time. They just don't give a fuck. They don't call the show. They only use them for the fucking week that they.
Oh, he's now believing that Real Talk's in the chat with him.
Needed to use them. Like and people that were putting everybody's community fucking information in the chat, including his and his wife. But I got banned because I brought the trolls apparently. You know, man, but I'll make cake videos every day. Be part of the tribunal. I love it, man. Gay shit on my channel, man. Then what does Heist do? I want cake tent. I don't want that gay shit on my channel, man, but I'll make cake videos every day. Be part of the tribunal. I love it, man. Yeah, man. I'm Heist Man the fake man. And then he makes fun of me, calling
Wow.
everybody fucking fake. You don't talk to rats? You don't talk to rats. Really?
You're the rat, dude. You're the one who recorded your drug dealer friend.
Really?
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 Really? Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes, really. Stop repeating
Really
yourself, you
real
fucking
talk.
faggot.
Because all of you are rats. Do you realize that? That you're all rats or no?
Do you realize that repetition is the sign of a very feeble, weak mind?
You don't realize that. Tiffany Rodriguez, your best friend, contacted my Buffalo RCMP on me.
Yeah, and you had said that if anyone ever did that, you were going to retaliate. Where's the retaliation, pussy? Bitch?
Filing police reports on me for false conduct.
False conduct? No, asshole. That's considered revenge porn.
Something she did herself. That's not.
Something she did to herself? This piece of shit refuses to accept responsibility for doing illegal, immoral acts. He was in an intimate situation with Tiffany, and then he decided to take photos of that.
Not a rat, right? Right?
Well, I would assume that a rat would then offer someone like me her photos. So yes, I would say that you are a fucking soft rat.
Why am I a rat exactly, real talk?
Well, we could start off with the fact that you recorded your drug dealer friend.
Because I put my phone in my pocket one time talking to my buddy and I didn't know I was live and I deleted that video 4 years ago and somehow Nicky Nines got a fucking hold of that.
Oh, you didn't like that people got a hold of the evidence.
Is that why? Is that why? Because something that never should have been on air ended up on air? A private conversation that I made a mistake on? Is that why? But Nicky Nines put it on there?
Or it could be maybe sharing screenshots, or it could be basically offering nudes of other people. It could be a lot of different things.
Is that why? What else? What else is there, huh? What else? What else is there?
You're repeating yourself, faggot.
What else is there, Mr. Real Talk? Mr. Real? Huh? What else is there? Huh? What else is there? You tell me. Huh? Who the fuck in this community get affected because of me?
A lot of people. The thing that you don't seem to accept is the fact that despite your hubris and fucking hot air, there are some people out there that don't know whether or not you're serious and in fact have no knowledge of the law to be able to call you out on your bullshit. So if we want to talk about, say, death threats, I've got screenshots of you threatening to kill Adam, who is Bex's husband or boyfriend, I don't know, partner. There's that. There's the fact that Bex and Amanda and many other people have felt threatened by your statements. There's that.
Go ahead and tell me. Go ahead and tell me. Huh? Tell me.
There's Ken, for example, who had to convince his family to let him continue to stream because your dumbass was fucking doxing him and his parents. Also, we got the screenshot of you, despite you saying you didn't do it, which, you know, just goes to prove that you're a liar. But you actually tweeting out Ken's phone number on your old Twitter account. Are you so easy to forget such facts, or is it because you're always trying to delete the evidence to keep people from knowing the truth? Could that be the reason?
Tell me. What, did I call the FBI and a devious Dave Rose character? No, I didn't. Never even said devious.
No. You called in as Alex Jones, for one. And prior, you were giving false information. Again, it was a hotline for national security threats. And you thought it comical to waste their time, endanger the public, and waste taxpayer money. And when you were confronted with that and they hung up on you, you're saying, oh, these people need to know how to take a joke. I mean, come on, I don't care about the rules. He actually said this shit.
Dave Rose was a character, not his real name. Never even said his name.
It's an alias, asshole. Keemstar, that's an alias, okay? He uses it on the internet. Everyone knows that's him. But legally, there's a different name that he uses. But it's not illegal, you stupid shit, to use an alias. What about Real Talk, the Metaphor Messiah? That's not his real name, but that's the name that he goes by, and that's the name people know him as, and that's the name that pops up on his fucking albums. Okay? So for all intents and purposes, that's his fucking name.
What else you want to say?
What about Elton John? Elton John's not his real fucking name. Shawn Michaels, that's not his real fucking name. Do you want to continue with your false analogy here, stupid?
Oh, you mean Kenny Morrison threatening
Oh, there's one name you have no problem saying.
me and YR flashing a fake badge to pitch.
You literally described how you were going to fucking decapitate YR and make him watch. But you also said that you would torture him for as long as possible. Let's consider that, dummy.
Picture that I got of him flashing a fake badge, threatening us.
Flashing a fake badge, flashing a fake badge. You can't get over the fact that you got played. That's what you just can't get over.
And telling us to cow.
He showed me a toy badge. Police, do something.
Homeland Security and daring us 3 times to do it to prove that he worked there. You mean that?
Hey, stupid. Try to use that line on a judge. Say, well, he dared me. Well, sir, you knew that the act was illegal regardless. And in fact, even if you didn't, you are an adult. You should have the cognizance necessary to understand this. And if you choose not to, ignorance is no fucking excuse. You're still going to be held liable for your actions. It's like if you buy something that's stolen, the cops track it down. It's like, we're taking this back. This is stolen property.
And then when they asked me on the third time, do I want to press charges on the guy for fraudulently claiming he's a government agent? You mean that? And where I said, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. Speaking of fraudulent statements, shall we talk about all the times that you said that you have connections in the police, which obviously is an intimidation tactic? Shall we talk about that, maybe? Shall we talk about the fact that you say you know people in the military and that you've got apps that are able to monitor people's accounts and stuff? In fact, the other day you did a stream, which apparently Vanna L was looking at, and you're like, she wrote a comment, you're like, traced, tracked. Hey, douchebag, you don't know how to fucking do that shit. I had to explain to you what DDoSing is. And yet you want to claim, well, I traced you, I tracked. No, it's just Mark Skunty again, pretending that he knows what he's talking about. But he's just that scared little boy crying in the corner, knowing that he is impotent.
Just having YouTube fun. You mean that one? Is that where I was a rat? Where exactly am I a rat there, Real Talk? Which one? How many more confessions do you want there, bud? Where am I a rat, bud? Where am I a
Save your confessions for the cops.
rat there, Mr. Real Talk? The only rats I see is all of you trying to be a part of a fucking tribunal.
Yeah, because it's everyone else's fault but yours, right, Skunt? It's everyone else's fault but yours. You could never bear any responsibility whatsoever.
It'll put me in jail and you call me the rat.
Hey, you're gonna get yourself put in jail, asshole. You're the one fucking committing all these crimes.
You guys are trying to put me in jail and a group of online bullies are all guilty of
Online bullies? No, that's not how it works, dummy.
the exact same shit that I did. Y'all supported me. Y'all gave me money.
He's just said we did the same shit he did. I just reminded you, Skunt, that I have never called the police like you have. And I certainly haven't threatened death like you have.
Y'all were part of this and even made money, and I'm the rat?
You are?
Are you fucking out of your cock-sucking fucking living mind,
You are, and we all know it.
bro? For real. You guys must be fucking delusional or delirious to fucking think otherwise. Fucking morons.
I've heard this for years, Skunt. You're not accomplishing anything by repeating the same thing over and over again. Really, all it is your little security blanket. That's all it is.
You don't talk to rats. You just send the cartel after them, right, Real Talk? Take that to the fucking tribunal while I get arrested.
You see, Real Talk? You make a little comment, and he, as delusional and paranoid that he is, inflates it to a delusion that is so beyond ridiculous, it's not even fucking funny. But that just goes to show his mental state. And it proves yet again that I am correct. He is a danger to himself and others.
Trust me, I got all that screenshot of tough guy.
Trust you? Nobody trusts you. Nobody.
Fucking moron. But I'm a fucking rat.
You are?
You're a fucking maggot, bro. Told me that you gave me your fucking word and you broke your fucking word. The day you gave me your fucking word, the next day I saw you in the chat breaking your fucking word in Nikki's chat. The next fucking day you broke your word. The very next day you broke your fucking word, bro. You used to be a supporter of mine, man.
A lot of people were, and you fucked that up, didn't you?
You wonder why I'm alone and I separated from all my supporters? Because every one of my supporters were fake as fuck. And then Heist makes a joke out of it and everybody loves it.
Yeah, it was funny. Softy.
The Determinator, man. Everybody's fake, man. You're fake black, man. You're this, man. It's, you know, it's funny. Sure, that's funny. But the underlying issue is that as funny as it is, it's real. Y'all are really that fucking fake, though. That's the thing. Prove me otherwise. You're all fucking fake.
I
Y'all
have.
fight with each other.
I have proven that correct, and the tribunal will basically be the final nails in the coffin.
Each and every day. And now you're a big part of this, real talk. You never wanted to be this much a part of the community. Now you're right in there. Now you're right the fuck in there. You might as well start your own fucking show. Start your own fucking wrestling.
Yeah, well, you can. I mean, if he wants to come onto my channel, I'll feature him anytime. We could call it Real Blacks. We could call it The Dark Truth. You know, we can call it anything. We could have him on here. What would you think of that, Scunty?
Show, man, with your wrestling belts and all that bullshit, real talk.
Yo, each of those motherfuckers probably costs a minimum of $500. Like, I'm not gonna deny, they're kind of cool, okay? And I've always loved fucking Big Gold. And yes, wrestling is one of my fucking guilty pleasures. Actually gives me a lot of nostalgia because, I remember first watching WWE when I was 4 years old, very soon after we got here to Canada. And, yeah, that's something that, is still close to my heart and stuff. And as a kid, you always wanted one of those fucking belts. And, when you're old enough to actually be able to afford one, a real one, who the fuck are you to tell people how to spend their fucking money?
You know what I mean? Fuck it. Just do it. Do what that dollar did, man. Start his wrestling show with one viewer. I don't fucking know. Do a Monday Night Raw review. Real talk. Fuck. Might as well. You might as well at this fucking point. You're right in there with everything else, so you fucking might as well. All right? Or, you can always call me on Skype, but you're not going to do that. Because you want to send the cartel to kill him. So let's not forget that. You don't talk to rats. You just want to be a part of a tribunal that puts me in jail and then send the cartel to kill me in jail, right? Is that how it goes? Cartel works with the police. Scott goes to jail. Cartel kills Scott in jail. Is that how you guys want to plan this out? Is that how you want to do it? And then you expect me not to call the FBI?
Listen to the delusions of this guy. Real Talk fucking uses the word cartel in the chat, and for weeks Scott is literally sweating bullets thinking that somehow somebody's going to show up on his door, and just like put two in him, with a fucking suppressed pistol or something. Or he thinks that, he realizes that, yeah, he's actually broken the laws because he was just saying, what, I'm going to be in jail and you're going to send the cartel. So he recognizes that there's a very real possibility he's going to jail because he knows what he's done is illegal. He just can't admit it publicly because, obviously that would convict him. And he's panicking because he can't fucking fight it because he knows he's done that illegal. So he's actually recognizing that, yeah, he's done something illegal, very good chance of being sent to jail. And he actually is deluded himself into thinking that Real Talk is going to put out a hit on him. Talk about fucking delusional.
To have it investigated. You guys have no fucking idea what I've been dealing with over the last couple of years in multiple communities. Frame jobs, all kinds of shit, bro. And I got every cock-sucking ounce of it documented.
Well, then, if that was really the case, you would have more than enough evidence to move forward and actually take action. You'd be able to get the police involved. You'd be able to actually have some of these channels taken down. All you need to see, when I had the evidence on you, Scunty, I went to the police. Okay, I didn't wait. Okay, I didn't act like a soft rat bitch and claim, you better not do this, or I'm going to warn you again to not do this. No, I said, I got the info, I'm moving forward. Boom, done. But you don't move forward, Scunt, because you can't move forward. You got nothing to move forward with. It's all delusion. It's all lies. You are one big lie, Scott.
And when it comes out, you'll see who was telling the fucking truth.
See, here's the thing. The clips and the screenshots prove that you're lying and that you're wrong. So we don't have to wait for those screenshots to come out. They already are out. They've been reviewed. And they'll be submitted to the appropriate authorities.
I ain't going to be framed. I ain't going to be set up.
No, you've made it perfectly easy to identify your criminality.
I surely ain't going to be killed. If anybody's going to kill me, it's going to be me.
No one actually threatened your life. Well, no one from this community. I know that you fucked around with the Malky crew and the Best of the Worst crew, and they're not too cool with you now. And then you started spattering off about knowing people in motorcycle clubs and all this. And apparently some people who were actually in motorcycle clubs didn't like that too much. And that's one of the big rules when it comes to motorcycle clubs. A, don't fuck around with them. B, never, ever claim to be part of them if you're not. Ever. It's worse than fucking with them. Don't do that. But hey, that was your choice. You did that, Skunt. You did.
Because of you guys. I can guarantee you that.
You can't guarantee shit. You can't guarantee shit. We've been hearing this bullshit for years. Oh, you better wait and see. I guarantee. No, Skunty. There's nothing that you can do. You are truly powerless now. The Emperor has no clothes, and we're all pointing and laughing.
Oh, wait. Oh, clip that. Scott's a danger to himself and others.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Let's continue, actually.
Send that to Lakcha. You think that I don't fucking know? You're your
About the law? Absolutely. I'd put money on that.
goddamn mind if you think that I don't know what's going on. You
Just like how you know who Lockjaw is? Just like that?
should have not started shit with Nikki. He really embarrassed you and exposed you.
There's that self-assured fake laugh, and this sounds like he's replying to somebody in his chat who was probably trolling him. Again, I'm suspecting Simo, and it's so hilarious that this idiot doesn't see that this bullshit fucking Detroiter is literally playing all sides. Also, talk about bloated, man. Like, both of them very, very similar. Fat faces. They look worn down. Could be the diet, the lifestyle. I don't know. But just, man, like, those faces are enough to break mirrors.
Oh, real talk. Oh, real talk. Oh, my.
That sounds very obsessive. I mean, I've never been to the website, Blacked, but I'm aware of it. Perhaps they have a gay section there for you.
Okay. I started shit with Nikki. Nikki came into this community literally with somebody who recorded me on streams for years. The things that I gave you guys for entertainment, the things that made me build a character in this community, the things that made you and other people donate to me.
Oh, this is hilarious. He's now basically this is guilt by association always. If you donated to Skunt, you are guilty of any crime that he committed. You're essentially an accessory, according to him.
All that shit, the arrest, all of it, Ken's birthday, all of it built up a character that you guys donated to that made me money.
Just on a side note here, over the past couple of days, I've actually been going through, with a fine-tooth comb, going through my my arguments and my points that I will be presenting at the Tribunal. And I've been taking my sweet-ass time. I've been crossing my T's, dotting my I's, using my accent aigu, and essentially preparing everything in the most meticulous way possible. As such, The details will be very clear, and they will be broken down for even a dumbass like Scott to fully understand.
Money that made me motherfucking money. And you made me money. You gave me money, motherfucker. You did. Now who's the clown? You gave me money. Did I give you money? Nope. Did I buy one of your CDs? Nope. You gave me money,
Also, I'll take any calls if anyone wants to call in.
motherfucker. So who's the clown? You gave me money. Now you're telling me I shouldn't have messed with Nicky because he fucking exposed videos that I up.
You hear that, Uncle Tom? It's your fault. It's your fault. You made me do this. Isn't that what a fucking abusive husband says to his wife? You made me beat you.
Uploaded myself online fucking years ago. That made me money. That built me into what I am. Get out of your fucking mind, dude. Oh, how sweet it is.
These comments are just bullshit. Like, how sweet it is. Like, are you saying that for us or for you? Obviously, we know it's for him.
How sweet it is.
Oh, maybe he's got someone standing in front of him, who's got like an erect cock with some jizz on it. And maybe he's referring to that.
You're the only one in my chat, Real Talk. You're the only one here, man.
See, I'm not even sure if I could believe that. I think Real Talk has better things to do at whatever the fuck this was. It's probably midnight around his time, I'm guessing. Than to fucking spend it watching this douchebag berate him.
I thought you had a life and a rap career. Like, why the fuck are you the only one in my chat with 13 viewers? What are you doing? What are you up to these days? Pro Violence don't do this shit to me. I thought he was your boy.
Pro Violence is probably busy with work and his fucking wife.
He just messaged me the other day about Tyler from Secure Team 10 from my old Alien days. Uploaded a new video. He had he was missing for a year. He had pancreatic fucking surgery or whatever. That's a pro messaged me the other day. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of disappointing, Pro. Don't you know that you can get leprosy from a leper? You might want to be careful there. It's not the most recommended course of action there, Derek. So.
Fuck, Pro's fucking cooler than you are. I never thought I'd say that, but I think that guy's more chill than you are, man. I mean, Jesus, is life that bad, Real Talk, that you got to be in my chat right now talking shit, bro? Fuck, man. I thought you were supposed to be a gangster with...
Real Talk, I wish I could facilitate that. I really do. It would just be so sweet. But we know that even when he's offered a free flight, because Davey actually offered him. He said, I will fly you down to Colorado. And... yeah, basically Scott declined. So let's continue. Also, I mean, what do you hope to accomplish here? We're going to have a lot more wrenches during the tribunal. So, trolls like these with really, I mean, think of a more original name. And I've been asking for this for quite some time. You faggots really are fucking pathetic. You could at least be adding something to the conversation or something that, perhaps makes sense. There's a good dig, at least make a good dig or something. But you can't even do that. Well, it shows that you're as impotent and pathetic as Scott McKinnon. But then again, you probably suck his cock.
It's Cartel doing rap videos in Vegas, bro. What the fuck you doing in there? Where's all your homies at with the AK-47s, bro? For real.
J Diz says he's exposing yet another DM. Shake my head. Interesting.
For real, what are you doing in there?
I'm going to quickly read off what Ken says. How sweet it is to live in a life with no one or nothing, and everyone can't stand you, and all you do is lie and live a miserable life. How sweet it is. Beautifully said, Ken. Beautifully said.
What are you sitting around with your homies right now watching me?
Yeah, if maybe they are just laughing at this fucking punk ass white kid who thinks he's actually a gangsta, that he somehow was able to walk with impunity down Compton, through Compton, and that he literally is blacker than Real Talk and Heistman combined.
Thinking about how you're gonna kill me? I mean, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Who's the clown?
So I believe, Real Talk, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe perhaps his mindset, and I can't say for certain, maybe his mindset is of the, because he keeps calling you a clown. And really, I mean, I'm thinking maybe this is sort of like either reference or perhaps unconscious bias. Like what I'm thinking is in his mind, he's thinking you're the clown, but what is he imagining? I think those little Sambo, the little character, the little ceramic figures that they used to have in the early 1900s. It's like it's a black, obviously it's a black character that's characterized, and it's got big red lips and like big eyes, trying to, I guess. I can't remember the exact word, but yeah. But there's also who's that Jew that fucking did the blackface? The minstrel, Jolson. And it's funny, most people have never even seen that fucking movie where he does blackface, but that's actually it's a story about a Jewish guy that wants to please his father, but is doing, minstrel shows on Broadway. So it's actually a Jewish story. It's not, like on black people specifically. But what they do in the movie is what was common back in those times, which was this whole minstrel show shit. And it was like it's where the shucking and jiving thing comes from. It's like, oh, you're a clown, shuck and jive for us. That's basically what I'm getting at here. That's what I'm really pulling up, at least from the references and the feelings. So, yeah, that's what I believe. Tedious, yes, indeed. Dickhead, well, I am a prick. I don't know. My head's a beautiful head, full lock of hair, and armchair law degree. Those can cost a fair bit nonetheless. I mean, after all, we're all working remotely these days, aren't we? So chances are that would be something that I would acquire in my armchair. And a beautiful armchair it might be. But again, try to maybe... I mean, this one's a little better than the last name, but... the last one. Like, the armchair law degree, I like that. But the tedious dickhead rose, I mean, come on, man. Well, tedious, maybe that's a new word you use. That's good. But dickhead rose or dimwit rose, it's like, come on, man. Think of something different. Like, dude, thesaurus.com. Don't be a faggot. Thesaurus.com. Look up for something with D. Jeez. I gotta tell the trolls how to fucking troll, man. That's pathetic. Cronin, what's up to Eclipse X3 in the chat? He says Cronin should just use blackface on his shows because he hates the white folks. Dude, I just somehow have a feeling that he would do blackface, and not in the satirical proper way that we saw with Robert Downey Jr. Tropic Thunder is still it's a great movie. And, back in those days, you actually could do satire and people wouldn't fucking freak the fuck out. But I have a feeling that Joe would do it more minstrelly type, shuck and jive type thing. And then say, but I love black people. So, yeah, I kind of agree with you there. Goon, the armchair thing is basically someone who sits behind their computer or a book. Like an armchair politician is what they call them. It's basically anyone who sits in a chair but doesn't actually go out and make any change, isn't an activist, doesn't go vote, nothing like that. It's just like they sit in their chair behind their TV screen, their computer screen, their fucking newspaper, their fucking book, and they scoff and they, discuss how they know so much more. It's like these fucking little soy boys who think that communism is great and have never met anybody that actually grew up in a communist country. So, that would be the best thing to do. Also, I'd recommend just go to Google and verify the explanation. Because, you know, obviously that previous person was correct. I'm a little tedious, and I'm all over the place right now trying to cover many different things. So, yeah, that explanation might have been a little more convoluted than necessary, although, you know, quite succinct. Let's back to the chat here. Okay, so, great points actually being made I need to address. Okay, Wire says, Scott acted so hard for years, he finally broke. Yes, that's another thing, is that he acted very hard. And he acted, in many cases, he would either extort people or intimidate people to force them to interact with him. And because of their lack of knowledge of what he was capable of, they felt threatened, but really had nowhere else to turn. And I've talked to dozens of people who told me that exact same thing. So he can argue it all he wants, but it doesn't change fact. Documented fact. Ken says, Scott just doesn't have the spell over people anymore. It's gone. We've all seen through the bullshit. We all know the storyline. We all know the narrative. Exactly. He is, and my analogy is the best because it also is the most intelligent, but the emperor with no clothes. He was conned into thinking that the out-of-town merchant was actually selling him a fabric so fine that it would be invisible to the dirty peasants. That he must purchase it because it's made for a king. And the story turns out that this guy convinced the stupid king that he was buying something that didn't exist. King went out and paraded in the streets naked. And although the peasants didn't know what to do initially, you know, the innocence of a small child and their truth-telling came out, pointed at him and said, "The emperor is naked." And when everyone realized that this was true, that they weren't seeing things, that they weren't being gaslit, this is very important now, gaslit into believing what the emperor had claimed, they all realized that he was the liar that they thought he was. He was as stupid as they thought he was. And they then all proceeded to point and laugh at him, humiliating the king and forcing him to run away and abandon his kingdom. Back to the chat. Real Talk says, I think it's because he heard me call him a clown. That's probably very true. Anytime... Actually, that reminds me of something else. He said something in a clip in this video where he's like, well, I know people that are beyond your pay grade. Who started recently saying that? That would be me, Skunty. Devious Dave Rose. I'm the one who's been saying that certain people, including yourself, are, or that I'm beyond your pay grade, or that some people are beyond your pay grade. And you start using that term, you're so fucking unoriginal and uncreative. It's so fucking pathetic. But yeah, basically Real Talk confirms this, and we've seen this with so many other instances. When somebody calls him rat, softy, whatever, he then adopts that word to use as if he had always used it. The Goon says, DDR, devilish, dunce, roos. Okay. Weak trolls, soft serve type, says Ken. Genius confirms 54 viewers, Skunty. Fake viewers, probably. Let's see. Chili Cheese, shout out to you. Haven't seen you in a bit. There we go. Armchair quarterback is a much more common term. That's the big one. Foul Mouse Ken says, Joe would use blackface and kick the shit out of somebody white. Yeah, I kind of guess he might. Let's see here. Curdler says, I don't think the trolls are trying. They could create blah, blah, blah. I don't care about the trolls. Funny. That's exactly what Dave Rose does. I'm not trying. Okay? So some troll call themselves, that's exactly what Dave Rose does. I'm not sure. Why don't you maybe put what it is that I do so that we know what you're talking about? Let's see here. Genius says we're playing along with you, Scott, because it is funny. Once we decided you weren't funny anymore, we cut you out. Says, yeah, Simo Goon gave you a great name idea. Travis, too little clout. Nice. Oh, that's exactly what Dave Rose speaks. Let's see. In fact, everything Dave accuses Scott of, he's guilty of. I haven't called the FBI. Okay. So that's 3 different. In fact, that's 3. Okay. Calling the FBI on false charges. That's two instances of. Giving a false name. That's 1 instance of. Wasting taxpayer money and endangering, 2 counts of each. Okay. That's like 6, 7 charges already. Okay. I've not done any of those. You can't say that then, because I'm not guilty of calling the FBI or RCMP. Actually, I was just talking about the FBI. There's other calls with the RCMP that we have recorded. Okay. Let's see what else. Threatening other people to kill them. Let's take the YR example. I've never done that. Ever done that. Okay. So automatically that first statement itself has been quintessentially proven wrong. Okay. Then he says, you clearly didn't hear the revamped drama club, which was essentially a couple of drunks slapping themselves on the back. It was Scott's show, baby. I was there just to help out and fucking... If you listened even to the last version of Drama Club, it was me just basically fucking helping out Scott. Both control freaks. No. The thing is, though, I get a kick out of fucking making people think I'm strong-arming them because this whole... Because here's the thing, though. Pussies like you, Simo. The thing is, though, dominant personalities offend you because you're such a pussy yourself in your life that you just can't stand that somebody is naturally dominant. It's alphas and the faggies, okay? So control is not really the situation here, or not the word here to be using. And if you want to talk again about control, if we take a look at the screenshots of Scott harassing countless people, it's like, you better answer me, you better take my call. Who wants to be in control there? Because I sure have never done that. Again, further proving that your first line in that first statement was entirely incorrect. And then he goes on and says, I still have those videos. Okay, great. Yeah, actually, stupid. You say, shall we do a tribunal on Dave? I've been begging for that. Scott said, what do you think if... He said this about a few months ago. He's like, what do you think if I do a tribunal on you? And I'm like, I dare you to it. I dare you to do it. You can't take... you can't deny a dare like, Ken dared you. Okay, well, I dare you. And I dared him like at least 5 different times to do a tribunal on me. If he's got all this evidence, and I said, if you got all this evidence, you can stop my the tribunal that we're going to do on Scott, even before it happens. If you do a tribunal and actually present this information. So he's been dared multiple times. This is something that he says he can't let go. So Ken can dare him to do something, cool, because it's in America probably. But when somebody in Canada dares him to do the same, crickets, right? Crickets? Exactly. So do a tribunal on me. Try to find some criminality and go for it. Okay? First, your knowledge in the law isn't even capable. So I don't even know what you think you might be able to accomplish, but I've already dared you. Go for it. Shout out to Bird in the chat. Let's see here. Carry on with the show. Well, that's what I plan to do. How many of your supporters know you're right? Well, the Goon confirms 0. There you go. Find it comical that you would think such a thing, but I guess we'll see, man. We'll see.
Who's the fucking clown? I heard you, man. Last time I was talking about you on air, you fucking lost your mind. I never heard all of it, but...
Oh, this is another thing for Real Talk. This is where Scott actually is trying to make it look like Real Talk was freaking out when he wasn't. And, well, let's just listen.
I heard like fucking a minute. I literally heard a minute. I heard that you ranted about me for 25 fucking minutes, dude. And I heard a minute of it and I shut it off. For real. You were losing your fucking composure over me, bro. You're like, I'm younger than him, man. Like, you were losing your shit, bro.
I believe I was there on that call, and I don't remember him losing his shit. I remember him pointing out how ridiculous it was for a punk like you to call him, I think it was boy or something, kid, or I don't remember what it was, but it was something that it was so ridiculous. Obviously, he was going to call it out.
Bro, like, the biggest haters are the biggest fans, man. Like, you're one of the biggest haters, bro. You must fucking love me or some fucking shit, man. Or feel.
Travis and I could go enjoy a very good, authentic green tea. He knows I do like that authentic green tea, and we could have it in a nice tea house, both wearing kung fu outfits, and then we might go out to the courtyard for a friendly sparring session.
Feel regret.
Finish off the night with massive dim sum.
Regretful for giving me money. I don't know what it is, bro. But you're obsessed with me like the rest of them, dog.
You hear that, dog? You hear that, boy? You're obsessed with them, boy. That's what he's saying right now. Okay, let's just be clear. That's what he's saying.
For real.
For real.
For real.
For real. Wankster. I don't even say that. Like, well, I'm not a wankster, but it's just like, for real, yo. For real.
Really wants to fucking put me in jail and do it.
No, see, the thing is, though, it never started that way, stupid. The whole purpose is that nobody wanted to deal with you, so we asked you, we begged you, we told you, leave us alone. You chose to pursue criminal actions. As such, since you refuse to stop your criminality, it is inevitable of what the response must be.
Tribunal, and you're all gonna be there Friday to embarrass me for all the videos in my past that you guys all built me into the character I am today.
It's all your faults but mine.
4 years of memories that built me into who I am today, that you all supported. The things that I built Drama Club on, that gave Dave Rose money and E-Train.
Douchebag. There was a business agreement. Stop trying, and this can be taken to court. Stupid. There was a business agreement. The business agreement was as follows. If I am to be involved with the Drama Club Patreon, due to the amount of time that I will be spending doing it, where I will essentially be on call for your requests for graphics or to be available to do a fucking show, that my time must be compensated. And you agreed to those terms. Stop with your fucking criminal lies. You're getting into trouble.
Transfer Dave Rose money from the Drama Club Patreon accounts every fucking paycheck.
Let's just refer to this idiot here in the chat. You're not getting the traction that you want here, clearly, so now you're jumping into this. He has no children, okay, yet claims to be the perfect parent. I never claimed that. That's a Scott-type statement. He's not a vegan. Yeah, I'm not a faggot. He smokes like a train and drinks. Are you sure you're not referring to Scunty here? Yet claims to be healthier than Tony from Joe's Rear. Well, I can guarantee you I am. But an armchair vegan. See, now I'm just getting tired of this fucking stupidity. So, bye-bye. Okay? It's too much to read. Like, I've got tolerance for very low levels of stupidity. Okay? I mean, look how I was able to tolerate fucking people like Bullfrog. But don't think that I'm going to expend all my energy when I have actual normal people in this chat, people with normal IQs that aren't going to state such stupid things and take my time from actually doing the proper job here in explaining Scott's criminality. So back to the chat here before we continue. Real Talk says, Dave, you and Ken were on that call. I never ranted on him for 25 minutes. That's great. Dude, it might have been at most 3 to 5 minutes worth of commenting where it's like, hey, yeah, what did you think about that, Real Talk? Dude, and what you were saying was like, dude, this guy's fucking crazy, man. Like, he says this, but I'm younger than him. Like, literally the way I'm speaking right now. It wasn't like the way Scott's trying to make it sound like, oh my God, man, did you hear what this guy said? He said, it wasn't anything close to that. There was no yelling on that fucking, on that call. Okay? We were all fucking chill. Like, Ken was probably the most fueled. He was probably the most heated. But even still, he wasn't fucking yelling either. He's like, can you believe this guy, man? Like, he's fucking pathetic. You know, the jovial Ken that we normally get? Nobody was fucking heated there. Nobody. Festlove says, not asking you to spoil anything upcoming this weekend, but I'm hoping a breakdown of when Skunty got hot over spending money on jib jabs to only have them stolen. That really doesn't... We've got enough of breakdowns from Scott that we don't necessarily need that breakdown. We have more than enough breakdowns. We have to limit the number of breakdowns we show because there's just way too many. So, you know, if you want, send that to, if you have that clip, send that to me. I've basically tried to concentrate only on the criminal stuff, but, you know, if you've got that clip, send it my way and maybe I can put it into the marathon. But to be honest, fucking Joe is a rat. Probably why Scott likes him so much. And it was Joe who saw these fucking jib jabs and then it's like, I'll do that too. And he took basically the same one and stuff. So, you know, the timestamps prove that that Scott did actually pay for those, create those first, and publish them first. And Joe was the one that said, let's copy that. And we've seen that before from Joe. So let's be fair. Ken says he's out of his mind. No one had that reaction. He just thinks these things, and then they are. You're going to stay after class, Ken, to learn grammar. Then they are truth to him. He's lying to himself. YR says, SC Dweeb says he's excited about the thumbnail. I'm excited for the last chapter of the Alien Scum. Well, it just goes to show how stupid fucking Steve is. Fucking, what? He asked that the other day. He's like, what's going to be on the thumbnail? What kind of faggoty fucking question is that? What's going to be on the thumbnail of a fuck? Why not a gavel like this fucking image here? Are you so fucking homosexual that everything needs to be fucking wrapped up in a tiny bow with fucking sparkles and shit? Like, I know that you fucking do your eyebrows, but like, come on, dude. So fucking worthless. All right, back to the clips.
And that's what you're going to do. Put this guy who looked after all the finances in jail. That's your plan. Out of all the fucking crazy shit you guys has done and said and fucking done to people. From Doxbox 1 and 2 to Dave Rose actually saying the best way to fucking defeat somebody is to dox them.
I don't believe I said that. I believe what I was referring to is how to identify somebody. And I didn't even explain, because I knew that fucking, you don't tell Scott how to burn a house down. Okay? So, I believe he was asking, this was the time where, and Lockjaw made a video, I believe, after, where it's like, well, what would you do, you know, if you were in this situation? I'm like, well, I'm not endorsing this, but this is basically how a normal person would think through how to identify the person that's attacking you. Simple logic, douchebag. No fucking tricks of the trade, okay? And definitely nothing that would endanger anyone's lives or actually provide any knowledge on how to conduct these actions. But the funny thing is, though, Scott actually thinks that I would actually tell him this stuff.
Like, are you guys out of your fucking cocksucking fucking livid mind?
Your obsession with cocks and with showing your belly and your tits and offering yourself up and making these weird noises and stuff has me thinking that there is some sort of penchant to homosexuality.
to think what you're gonna do is gonna be successful? Are you fucking that mentally challenged?
This is like a retard asking Albert Einstein something. Like, are you fucking retarded? First of all, part two is it's 100% open close case, stupid. Part two is fucking evidence of you consistently calling the police, wasting taxpayer money, endangering the public, and giving false information. Okay? The Crown and the district prosecutors, that's going to be in their hands. Once it's all taken care of, it's going to be in their hands. They're the ones who are going to pursue you, Scunty. And part one is just basically reiterating all the crimes that you've gone through and laying it out legally to the entire world. That's going to be a perfect success. A, highly anticipated. B, it's going to remind a lot of people, new and old, what you've been up to, what crimes you've committed. And it will, as I've always said from the very beginning, this is a template and a resource for all those who have ever experienced harassment or any other criminality from Scott McKinnon, for them to then utilize in either pursuing their own legal charges against him, understanding better the laws that are involved, and essentially being able to take other actions if they wish. And lastly, basically, to free them from the yoke of these years of lies that Scott has used to brainwash people and frighten them into silence. This is the point of the tribunal, and it already is a success. Even before it has been started, it has concluded as 110% absolute success. All it is, it's, for example, it's like a sculptor of marble. He tells the emperor, oh, the statue is already there. I just must remove the excess marble to show you it. And that is exactly what we have here. The beauty of the tribunal is already established. The art is already created. All I got to do is dust off all that marble to present you the beautiful sculpture. Let's see, back to the chat here. Nothing of importance. Let's continue.
Holy sweet mother of fuck. I will not be watching on Friday.
Wait. Didn't you say you were literally going to have a team of lawyers and cops reviewing that live with you? Yes, you did say that. We have that recorded. So you said that. You said you were going to do that. Now you say you're not going to watch it live. Interesting. We know you're going to still review it, for one. Also, just a reminder, Scunty, the tribunal's on Saturday. Okay? The evidence marathon is on Friday.
And when one subpoena comes to my door, look the fuck out.
What if it's a warrant from the Wood Buffalo police in regards to you contacting their local police station and wasting taxpayer money and endangering the public? What about that?
If one subpoena to actual court comes to my door, look the fuck out.
See, but the thing is, though, you have to also understand that you still have miscontrived civil and criminal court, okay? So if it was a civil court, and again, me just explaining this, it's just a reminder to everyone, especially Skunt, of the reality of the law, which he refuses to accept at all, but claims that he knows absolutely. Seems to think that he's going to get a subpoena at his door saying, Dave Rose or Ken Morrison or something. It's not how it works. This is not a civil case, stupid. And having to explain to someone who keeps saying that they know so much about the lies, it's pathetic, it's laughable, but it's also something that we need to ridicule him on, that we need to point to. And every time he shows up, that he says anything in a chat, makes a video, you have to remind him. You don't know the law. Because he will continue to lie until he is forced to speak the truth.
For real.
Yes.
And you can thank Dave for that. If one fucking subpoena to court for real over this shit comes to my door, look the fuck out.
You've been saying this for years. I don't know exactly what I'm supposed to be looking out for. Like one of your videos that you wear at 3 a.m. in the morning, where if I don't watch it by 9 a.m., it's already gone, where you're threatening people and drunk as hell and then you delete it. Is that, is that what you're referring to? I want to go back to this a bit.
To actual court comes to my door, look the fuck out.
Is that a threat also? Is that a threat?
For real. And you can thank Dave for that. If one...
So remember people, if he gets one subpoena, and, he's forced to go to court, you got to blame me. But it still is not making any sense here. Like, this guy's a fucking moron.
One fucking subpoena to court for real over this shit comes to my door, look the fuck out.
You know what? He said the exact same thing 2 years ago in that clip. If anyone dares to contact the Wood Buffalo police against me, look the fuck out. I guarantee you, I swear. Well, Tiff and I did. Hello? Still waiting.
Because I'm going full blast on every fucking person that has affected my mental health in this community.
So your therapist that had told you basically to continue to use YouTube regardless of the situation you were putting yourself into, because after all, you got to remember, you are responsible for your actions. If there's trolls on Xbox Live, you're not going to get Microsoft to remove all the trolls. Here's reality. You're just not going to go on Xbox Live to not expose yourself to that. That's how reality works. The world is not a safe space, stupid. You're so fucking pathetic. Imagine how you're going to fare in fucking penitentiary.
Everybody and everything you said about my family, the shit that's been going on.
It's totally unrelated. You cannot equate any of that. Whatever's been said about your family and stuff by those Malky people and best of the worst. Because I'm not involved with that. So you can't even lump that together.
Everything. Every fuck.
Listen again, all this hubris. We've heard this so many times. This is the little child. This is Mark Skunty yelling into the mirror, telling off the bully, his supposed bully. In fact, it's just a person who's standing up to his stupidity. Telling them how he's going to beat them up and stuff, and then he takes out his anger on his teddy bear.
Detail every goddamn thing I got, bro.
You could, and then what? Because you still haven't done shit, despite the fact that people have actually called you out on your bluffs. You
guys don't realize this. You think this is the destruction of me? It's the destruction of you. You. And you can thank Dave for it. Because if one actual...
You're welcome.
Care if you guys do the Tribunal. That's why I took the copyright away.
You will. But here's the thing, though. And he's going to admit he took the copyright off. But here's the thing, though. The Tribunal is for entertainment purposes only and for educational purposes, to be quite honest. Okay, like I've explained before, this is a combination of the two. Because an actual tribunal gets boring from, well, if anyone bothered to ever sit in one or a court procedure or anything like that, they can get lengthy and boring. But, with my oration skills, that things are obviously going to be a lot better. But again, it's for the educational aspect of allowing all these people that have interacted with Scott in the past and are concerned for their safety or about his statements. This is to reassure them that we have their back, that here's the evidence that allows them now to proceed forward if they wish to do anything. That reminds me, I just got to make a note, quick note here about the tribunal. Yes, I still use paper and pen, for there is nothing greater than that. Apologies. Just a very important note I must add. Okay, back to the chat here. Anything of importance? Oh, Genius says full blast, meaning he's going to flag channels. It could be, and, you know, if he wants to actually compound his legal problems, you know, he'd be doing that. And now he admits actually that he did remove the strike, but let's hear his reasoning for it.
You guys see that? I took the copyright away. Dave Rhodes did a victory celebration stream.
Yes, I did, because I could stream again. And in fact, throughout 98% of that, I talked nothing about Scott. I didn't even want to talk about Scott. I was like, I'm here to celebrate. We can stream again live. I'm happy. Let's talk about stuff that makes me happy. And I think I shit on Joe Cronin a fair bit on that one too, which also kind of makes me happy too. But I tried to avoid Scott as a topic on that show entirely. So yes, I made a video celebrating that I could go live again, and actually stating I don't want to talk about Scott during this celebration.
YouTube didn't take it away because Dave appealed it. They took it away because I asked them to take it away. I showed that.
No, he showed, and we got the video of this, he showed a message where he's like, is this fair use to use this video? You know when you can preview video, when you're looking at a phone and it'll show you the emails, like it'll show the emails by subject line, and unless you actually click on that email, it won't actually show the body. So you won't see the message, but you'll see like maybe the subject line and maybe the first couple of lines or something of that email. Well, he did show that, but he didn't show the content of the email. So I didn't see anything in regards to whether or not it was not fair use to use that video. But my understanding, and we know that Scott's the idiot here, not me, that it was fair use. Okay, and it also documented actual fact. If he had allowed it to stay flagged, there was a good chance that he would have been held legally responsible for that. Because I'm not really going to explain what I wrote in regards to the appeal, or the counter claim, or whatever the fuck they call it. But, you know, I dwelled into detail as to what Scott was doing and the purpose of the reviews for submission to law enforcement. So I very much doubt that if the channel had maintained that strike, that it would have indefinitely held that strike. I do believe that they would have seen what I had said and agreed with my stance and would have removed the copyright strike on their own, and then began that legal process against Scott. So,
did you guys miss that? I took it away. I asked them, was it fair claim? They determined I had a right to take it down. I
never saw that message, and I do doubt that.
Retracted it. I showed that video. There is nothing illegal about that. I showed it.
But no one said there's anything illegal about showing the messages you got from YouTube. But making false statements, especially in regards to someone's character and potential criminal acts, is illegal.
I showed it all. There's nothing illegal. Dave Rhodes is delusional. There is nothing illegal. I showed everything.
You did not.
The conversation between me and YouTube, I took it down at immorals.
Now, isn't that a gas? He took it down because of morals. He won't justify what those morals are or what specifically the thought process is, but he'll just throw out that word that I guess he just heard, because of morals.
At a morals and respect. You want
respect? I don't think he respects me. Respect to who though? Respect to who? Who are you referring to? Spartan, I don't have my webcam working. I'm going to try again. I don't have an aristocratic wig, so, I'm out of luck there.
Do a tribunal on me. Feel free. Go ahead. Do the tribunal.
I don't need your permission, scunt. This is what this fucking idiot has never seemed to understand, is that people will do what they want to do regardless of how you try to threaten them. Okay?
Don't give a shit. Play
You do give a shit. I can hear it in your voice.
all the old clips that built me up to what I am today, that all you guys wanted to be a part of, that you made money on, or you donated to. Because you're either on one side of the coin or the other. Either you made money with me doing this shit, or you're one of the people that donated to us watching me do this shit. So where do you think that's going to stand in actual court? No.
It'll be laughed at a court, asshole. Listen to this fucking delusion. Listen how stupid this guy is. How do you think the court will view JR4 the III donating to our Patreon and then quitting the Patreon? Court will be like, probably because he realized how much of a scumbag you are. There's no legal problems with that, Mr. McKinnon. Do you have anything of value to say? Or can we dismiss this case? That's what's going to happen.
Nowhere. Exactly. Thrown the fuck out. So as soon as one real legal document and one subpoena comes to my doorstep, that's it. Goodbye.
No. That's it. You threatened anyone that contacted Wood Buffalo police with retaliation, and they contacted Wood Buffalo police, and there was no retaliation. So you're full of hot air, softy.
Trust me, man.
No, see, the thing is, no, we don't have to trust you. Anyone with half a brain cell knows not to trust you. This is just hot air now from the softy rat, trying to convince himself and anyone that might have tuned in that he's right.
Trust me.
Pathetic.
Trust me.
Trust me. Listen to that 3 times, 4 times.
And if that hurts your ego,
listen, now he's projecting. And watch how this blows up into me.
Push it. And watch what happens.
Yeah, you keep saying that, stupid, and we still haven't seen anything happen. What do you expect to do? You can't even form a fucking sentence together. Do you actually think you could run a tribunal?
Don't care.
You do. You certainly do.
Oh, I know. But Dave's ego is going to be the problem that gets him in trouble. Dave's ego, he can't get over his ego and his pride. Dave's ego literally will get him in trouble. It has already before in its past, I heard.
You hear that? He pulled a Cronin there. I got him in trouble in the past, I heard. I don't know who you heard that from, because I haven't got... My record's fucking spotless, dude. But on top of that, like, where are you even... This is slander, speculation, attempted intimidation. It's just like, if you had anything for real, you would just at least give a morsel, as I do. But you're basically now trying to create a false narrative saying that I've been in trouble? Let's hear that again so that we fully understand what kind of lie scunt the rat is setting up.
Dave's ego literally will get him in trouble. It has already before in its past, I heard. It will get him in trouble.
It's my ego has got me into trouble. Maybe he's referring to, I don't know, working with Cronin. Maybe it refers to working with what's his name? Filthy. Not Filthy, sorry. Lucky, the fucking man who's AWOL. See, he's been gone so long, I forgot his name. Maybe he's referring to that. Maybe he's referring to little fights and skirmishes I've had with him. Let's see here. It's
his own fault, bro. Like, I don't want this. Who the fuck? This guy is. I got him recorded. When I present.
You don't want it because you know you're guilty, stupid. You know you're legally liable for what you did. Okay, that's why you don't want it. Let's be honest. Let's stop deluding ourselves, scunt. Okay? Because if I really was this bad person with all these bad things surrounding me, and I proceeded with this, and it was going to be so detrimental and bad to me, and I'm, claimed to be smart, then I wouldn't do it, would I? Can you explain that?
To a judge, Dave Rose asking people to bend a knee and kiss a ring as he pretends that he's fucking Lord Voldemort.
No, I'm not a homosexual, so I've never fucking partaken in this Harry Potter fucking mentality and shit. The thing is, though, you need to understand, scunt, is that it's your ego and your pride that's holding you up. So, when you are reminded that, yes, you did bend the knee and kiss the ring, you remain furious that you never were able to come back from that one. So you will always have to bring up something from the past that scorned you and really wasn't made for anyone but you. And you're actually trying to construe this now as me trying to harass Bullfrog, who, again, remember, Bullfrog is a fucking retard, okay? And he's the one who's like, I'll bend the knee and kiss the ring for you, Dave. And I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, fuck you. Like, ribbit. And I'm like, I don't care, okay? I don't want you to bend the knee, kiss the ring to me. I want you to stop being the fucking disgusting freak that you are. But the thing is, though, he gets bothered by it because he gets reminded of how he was forced to.
From fucking Marvel Universe. Like, what the fuck do you think the judge is going to say?
You can't even keep fucking a thought pattern going. Who do you think he's going to say to you or her?
Who's going to go to the psych ward? Scott McKinnon or Dave Rose?
Let's pause it right now. People in the chat. 1 for Scott McKinnon going to psych ward, or 2 for devious Dave Rose going to the psych ward. We'll wait until we get some votes in before we continue with the clip. Remember, 1 for Scott McKinnon in the psych ward, 2 for Dave Rose in the psych ward. Let's see here. While we wait for that, Ken says, I can't wait to see Scott's surprise when he hears the knock at his door. Oh, I'd love to witness that too. Tiff says, when Scott said, I heard, he already lost his argument. Hearsay is barred for evidence. And it's simple. One cannot cross-examine the person who is making the statement since the person is not in the court. And yes, real talk, you are correct. This guy will say anything. It doesn't matter what it is. All right. Yeah, fuck you, Travis. All right, well, it's clearly a consensus that Scott is the one that goes to the psych ward.
Who's going to the psych ward? Scott McKinnon or Dave Rose? You be the judge. Devious Dave Rose, the character, is Scott McKinnon going to the psych ward.
But, man, it was just a character. Who I am for real. That's not going to jail, man. It'll be Devious Dave Rose, right, man? No, Travis, my mental fortitude is beyond measure. So I can expose myself to truly toxic, brain-numbing situations for multiple hours, including with Bullfrog, and yet somehow, I guess through a curse, not only do I recover, but my brain continues to grow these excess brain cells. So regardless of the consumption of cannabis and beer, and, well, actually, those are the only two. And coffee, I guess. Those are the bad things I do. I've got to purposely go out and cull the number of brain cells I've got, because if not, my head will just explode. It's part of the curse, actually.
On YouTube. Or is the judge going to slap us both in jail? I mean, Dave Rose can be cellmates.
Now we get into his homosexual tendencies again, and clearly some sort of fantasy that he has. Several people commented on this. Nicky was very astute in his assessment. I believe a few other people here as well had mentioned something along these lines.
Because that's what I think the community really wants, is me and Dave Rose just be cellmates. And I would love that. If we're going to go to jail, I definitely want Dave Rose as a cellmate. That's going to be real fucking fun. I'll slap him with all the fucking books that he reads every night.
I'll fucking kill you.
Slap him, paddle him in his bum.
Dude, murder here in Canada, you get parole after 25 years under fucking, it's disgusting, but under fucking good behavior, you could probably be out on from murder 1 or murder 2. Well, murder 2 would be less. Let's go murder 1. Within 5 years, if that, there's some scummy people that after 3 years they're on the street again, and they pulled a hit or something. You know, it's a mafia guy or somebody. But good behavior will get you off in Canada. And plus, life in Canada means 25 years maybe. That's what it really means. There's no life. There's no consecutive fucking terms, which I totally agree with. You know, you kill 10 people and it's 100 years per person, your sentence should be fucking 1,000 years. Simple as that.
And his bum with all the books that he reads. Oh, yeah, Dave.
Are you projecting your homosexuality again? Because that could be construed as sexual harassment.
Fucking morons.
Probably went to go jack off to the thought of me. There's like a few minutes here where he's just silent.
Correct in the chat. Correct in the chat. That gave me his badge number. Oh, it's the agent or the call center representative. Give me their agent ID or badge number or name. So if you guys think that's submissible in a court of law as me pranking the FBI, incorrect. Incorrect.
Who are you trying to convince? We know it's illegal.
Incorrect.
Let's go back and listen to his fucking assessment here.
Of any of these.
Come on, Captain Kirk. Well, you like these fucking gaps here.
Me calling an FBI call center has nothing to do with talking to an FBI agent that gave me his badge number or his agent number. I hope you guys understand that.
I hope you understand that you're trying to misconstrue two different things. I have you on record calling the FBI National Security Hotline. Okay?
Not once out of any of these calls did the agent or the call center representative give me their agent ID or badge number or name. So if you guys think that's submissible in a court of law as me pranking the FBI, incorrect.
That's
incorrect.
2.
Incorrect.
3.
And every time that I've called.
Also, he's ignoring the fact that he is belligerent on the line. He's asking for their Tinder information. There are ways to essentially get either an employee ID or something, but if you notice every time he's called up, they're just trying to get to the root cause of the, after all, it's a hotline, you know. They need to get to the root of the problem first. Then they can figure out, okay, how do we contact this guy? We got him on the line. Let's try to keep him on the line long enough to get all the details. Okay, while we're doing that, maybe we can, you know, then get his address, get his, and, you know, from there, they can log that information, show that it's factually correct, or at least that somebody actually made an official statement, And once they do that, and it's logged into the system, and it's not fucking something they consider a prank call, they can provide that employee ID or a name or something like that. In fact, you know what? There were many times where I do remember the operator. There was the two females I remember. One of them who was in Ontario, California, who identified. She gave her first name. There was several people that gave their first name, so that at least you could refer to them and stuff. So that's a lie.
I've had a legitimate complaint every single time.
Okay, the FBI, but you sometimes say you call the FBI in regards to me or Nikki, but that's just not how it works. And it just reveals how stupid and fucking transparent you are, is that the FBI is American, the RCMP is Canadian. So I don't have to explain that to you.
You guys better start learning your law.
I mean, it's just so funny that this guy only starts talking about the law when I point out how stupid he is and how much he doesn't know the law.
Are you going to take everybody down with you?
See, that's what you're hoping for, because you're so pathetic, because you are the type of piece of shit who, if he can't get his way, he'll burn the entire house down. Or he'll try, but you're not going to succeed. And I got to, again, reiterate, I can't wait till I start to find, like, not only that this tribunal is done, because there's a lot of effort into this, but till I finally get started on part 2. Part 2 will be my great work. It'll be my Mona Lisa, my David. And cataloged it shall be, but that information won't be released to the public until there is the majestic presentation scheduled at the Louvre. But by that point, you might already be in jail from what will be presented to the authorities in part 2. But when I present this information, it'll just go to show the effort that I went through to ensure that you were held accountable for your blatant hate for the populace by endangering their lives and your contempt of the law. I can't wait till that finally happens. It's locked and loaded, baby, and it's guaranteed. And then, when you finally are forced to go away kicking and screaming, then you will be humbled, as only you deserve to be, scunt, because your reign of terror is over, and your lies have been exposed. And that arrogance in your voice, unlike mine, which is earned, and also able to be backed up with, at least some sort of credibility, you, scunt, that arrogance in your voice, it will diminish very quickly, like a candle in the wind. And when perhaps finally you get parole, or somehow you're let out on a day pass, your voice will no longer sound so strong. It will be weakened. Your hubris will have been physically removed from you. And when that light shines upon you as you step on land that you are not cordoned in on, you will finally realize, it will finally sink in that you did lose, that you bent the knee and that you kissed the ring, and that the world is not your plaything, and that you will never, ever be able to push people around like you have in the past ever again.
Start learning who I really am and what I really represent. I was here for entertainment from day one, bro. That's all I've been trying to do was entertain.
And then you went psychotic and did what you did.
I don't understand what you guys don't understand about that. Dave Rose is all for it. Dave Rose is only all for who's ever all for him and his demeanor
Lies.
when he feels it necessary.
Lies again.
That's what Dave Rose does.
And if he can't even fucking cite any sort of example, that's how you know he's a liar. That's also how you know that fucking Cronin's lying. You don't provide any sort of fucking sources, any citation, any reference to say this is an example or multiple examples that shows a pattern.
Dave Rose is not a real person. Divas Dave Rose is...
Oh my god. Oh my god. Am I tripping? Did I fucking consume some fucking LSD or something? I'm not real, man. Well, then who am I? Where am I? What am I? Weird.
Not a person. I mean,
that is correct. I am a advanced android Cyberdyne systems sent from planet Inu.
He cannot actually charge anybody.
Again, Scunty McFunky. Who said I was charging anybody? Riddle me this. Let's step through this particular logic here. Perhaps this savage might understand. If an individual witnesses and records another individual who breaks into a store, steals a bunch of stuff, and takes off, and this other individual documents, records it, follows this person, finds out where they live, just compiles all the necessary information for the police to close a case on robbery, right? Well, if this information is then provided to the police, understand this now, Scott. When this information is provided to the police, whether it be in Canada or the United States, what they do is they say, okay, we have clear evidence of a crime that endangers the public safety, has done all these other, careless use of a firearm maybe, breaking and enterings, theft over $5,000. Okay, so we have all these charges now, right? Okay. And due to their jurisdiction, due to their duty, due to their pay grade, remember I was using that word, dummy, they must pursue charges against that person. And they, I mean the Crown in Canada or the district prosecutor, if you want to call it that. Sometimes they have state prosecutor. Depends on the level of crime and stuff. So let's go district, right? They bring the charges against you, Skunt. And the witness that provided that information to them is neither mentioned, is neither brought to make a statement. The information they provided is secure by providing it to the police, and they are no longer, their hands are clean now. They've done their duty as a citizen to provide any evidence to help close a crime or a case on a crime. So you won't be, the perpetrator of that crime will not be seeing that witness in court. Their lawyer won't be able to call them as a witness. And that person, the criminal, will never know of that person. All they'll know is that the police got access to actual information, including video evidence, that clearly shows the robbery in session and the escape to the location where the merchandise was stored. That witness will not ever be in court. So you clearly don't seem to understand what's going to happen here, which is why you're so stupid and why you're panicking so bad. You should be panicking worse. But the thing is, though, you won't see my name on anything. My real name or my alias. Not my fake name, not my character name. It's an alias, stupid. Okay? So, no, you're not going to see that for anybody. And when it comes to the violations you made cross-border, calling the FBI, calling the Ontario, California police, as well as the RCMP in Wood Buffalo, yeah, those respective organizations, and I mean the FBI, a federal organization, operate under federal law. That, what you committed, is a felony. Okay? We're talking a penitentiary. Being sent to a penitentiary in the United States. The Supermax prisons. Okay? You really are clueless, which makes what's going to happen to you that much scarier. It really should be. Because you're fucking with the law and you don't even know it. Not because of anything that I would do to you physically. No, I don't do that. I'd endorse that. Never have. And again, I always get such a better reaction when I use my words. You know, there's no even requirement to, you know, do like Scott does, which is to threaten somebody, or if I was down there, I'd beat your ass, blah, blah, blah. It's like, but I can have so much fun where I am, just triggering you with my fucking words.
Not a person.
Not a person.
He's not a person. He's a character. He has many characters.
I am JP. You know me. You are obsessed with me, Scott. And Grandma's Boy was a great movie, by the way.
In this community. Tiffany Rodriguez is not a real person.
Listen to this. I wish Tiffany would show up in the chat here so I'd know that she's listening to this, but listen to this.
She changed her name to me. She tried to identity theft me, and I have red flags all over my federal account. Literally went up to the DMV the other day. You aware of what's going on in your account, Mr. McKinnon? Are you a victim of identity fraud? Yes. Twice.
Okay, so Tiffany Rodriguez, her real name, chooses on Skype to change the name that's displayed, the display name as Microsoft refers to it, not the email address that's associated with, not the name that's actually registered to it, but the display name to Scott McKinnon. And because of that, he claims, just like he does with doxing, that this, similar to doxing, that this was identity theft. Now, we all have to, at this point and laugh at Scott. We must. Because this is the dumbest shit ever. Okay? Because changing somebody's name on Skype is a lot different than, say, I don't know, taking a loan under their name, thusly stealing their identity, and then maxing out that line of credit under the identity of this person, you know, that was stolen. I mean, shit, I could change my name on Skype right now and call myself, I could call myself anything. Let's call myself Joe Cronin. That doesn't mean I'm trying to steal his identity. It doesn't mean I've committed identity theft. Okay, now remember, this is the guy who not only told us he knows the law. Earlier, he was saying, you better know the law. You people better brush up on the law. You are extremely ignorant and stupid, and you deserve to be ridiculed for that ignorance and stupidity, scunt.
Federal law enforcement knows everything that's been going on with me. Everything.
We know this is bullshit. We know this is bullshit. We know absolutely this is bullshit.
And all of you, from the hacking my computer to the DDoSing to the fucking doxing of my families to the...
See, again, all these lies. He's got no proof of any of those, okay? And this whole thing of, oh, I spilled liquid on my computer. My computer isn't responding. I must be hacked, DDoS and stuff. Oh, that reminds me. There's another note I had to make here. About the tribunal. But, yeah, so the his comments about like, oh, this is what's happened in my computer, and this I'm being attacked and stuff. It's all bullshit and lies. It's all delusion because he really is just so ignorant on computers. So that's also going to be exposed during the tribunal. Scott's stupidity, ignorance, and pure lies in technology are going to be fully exposed at the tribunal.
Looking up my family's personal information, all that shit. All of it, man.
But Scott can do it for other people, right? Scott can look up other people's information, but if you do that to him, dear Lord. And he's trying to equate the problems that people have created with members of his family out east with people from the wrestling community. He doesn't seem to understand that he fucked with people from his hometown. And they didn't like it. So they know his family and shit, and they're the ones doing it. But he tries to say it's me and Ken and Nikki who are involved with that. And he always says, I know, I've got the proof, but never releases it.
It's all out there. It's all wide open. I'm wide open.
No, you're not.
It's right there. I don't know what you guys
You're
expect to come of this. Like, I really don't.
Well, then you truly aren't as intelligent as you say you are, because anybody with half a brain knows exactly where this is going. Exactly where this is going. So, I must ask you again, Skunt, are you saying this to us, or are you saying this to yourself?
It's going to be destruction and doomsday for, like, a lot of you. Not me.
Not you. Oh, no. He's going to come out scot clean. No pun intended. But he's not going to suffer at all. But everyone else is going to, it's going to take a bunch of you down. I can't give you details how or who or whatever, but yeah, it's going to take a bunch of you down. But me, no, I'm perfectly innocent. Those calls to the FBI, perfectly legal.
My doomsday's already here.
Not yet.
You're only making this harder on yourselves. There's nothing else I can do.
Yet again, this is what the abusive partner says to their spouse.
But you're doing this to yourselves. Plain and simple.
By the way, I can't wait to highlight that aspect of Scott's psyche. That's another thing I wanted to write down here. Abusive mentality, coercion. Okay. Come on.
And you can review this all day long
and all night long, all night.
Yap your fucking gums like you always do.
That's my phrase. Stop copying me.
Because you have nothing better to do.
Actually, I say flap your gums, but I'll take that as 75% stolen.
Day in and day out on unemployment, living off government.
Curdler says Dave speaks too fast for ×3 playback speed.
Check.
And this is when I'm not fucking riled up.
Day in and day out. Yap your gums about me. Day in and day out. Living on government checks. Yap, yap, yap. Yappity, yap, yap, yap. Don't clap back. Like Joe Cronin said the other night, you expect Joe Cronin not to clap back?
Well, when it's true, he shouldn't.
That's what people want. Me and people like Joe not to clap back. I'm not here to support Joe, and Joe's not here to support me. There's no friendship there. But we have a common bond and understanding of what you people are trying to do. And you expect us not to clap back with the shit that's going on?
How dare you stand up to me making threats towards you? How dare you? I literally described how I was going to decapitate you and force you to watch, but how dare you go to the police to even report that?
You're out of your fucking minds, man. You're hurting yourselves.
again with this fucking abusive mentality statement. You're only hurting yourself. I loved you, but you forced me to do this. You're only hurting yourself. People. This
Trust
guy
me.
is a fucking psychopath.
I'm under full investigation every day of my life.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean? Every day of your life. So as soon as he was born, it's like, yep, we got to monitor this one. How long, sir? Until he's dead. No, just constantly check in with him. Tell him, keep doing what he's doing. And when he finally gets on the internet, make sure that you're always supporting him.
I don't have anything to hide. A lot of you do. You know who you are.
This is another way that he tries to fish out information. It's like, you know what it is. You know who you are. No, why don't you stop being a Joe Cronin and name names?
There's people from other countries literally
Shit, he's talking about you now.
in this community.
Did you hear the other stream that I made, Shid? Where he actually named you. He's freaking out on you. You remember that? Yeah, that was on the Power Trip 13 that was taken down prematurely, but I remember reviewing that. Freaked out about Shid being in another country.
Doxing, DDoSing people, fucking with people's lives. There is a lot of crazy shit going on. I'm aware of it. It's going to come out soon.
What's stopping you?
Trust me. It's coming. Believe me.
We've been hearing this for years.
You're going to be crying, man, when you're fucking caught. You're going to be crying when you're caught. It's not going to be me that's going to be crying, bro. I'm wide open. I'm not the guy that needs to be crying here. How much it's out there? You got
That needs to be crying. What is that supposed to mean? I'm not the one that needs to be crying. What in the... Somebody tell me what the fuck is that supposed to mean? Travis, a resident psychologist here, can you fucking... paging Dr. Travis. This is fucking odd. And submissible.
guys love to fucking put all my shit out there. All my shit was for entertainment. Everything I've ever done.
Including the threats, the death threats, the doxing.
It's not my doomsday, bro.
Trying to convince yourself of that, huh?
It says Dave, Nikki, Ken, Wire, SC, Steve, and whoever else. You will be watched. Have your little fun, but it will be your last little bit of fun. Mark my words.
That's probably Simo. It's like, mark your words, but how long have I heard that shit? Come on, people.
With the recent string of violence going on here, it's not hard to bring eyes to this situation. Not hard at all. Trust me. I know you'll see this, Dave. Heed my warning. I'm not to mess with. I'm not like the little weak-minded virgins in this community.
I know I wasn't awake when this went down. So I do find it comical that people... I live rent-free in so many different people's minds. You'd think I'd be Donald Trump with all the fucking real estate I got. Because it's insane that some of these people actually think I'm up at 3 a.m. in Eastern Standard Time. It's fucking stupid.
That you can push around mentally. Well,
Actually,
I've tried to tell people this
listen
before.
back a little bit to that comment there.
I've tried to tell people this before. I'm not to mess with. I'm not like the little weak-minded virgins in this community that you can push around mentally.
He's not to mess with. But this is what the person was saying in the comments. You're not to mess with? Like, who are you? Just some anonymous nobody. And it's probably Simo, and I'm just thinking to myself, well, you never did anything with Scott McKinnon when you said you had absolute proof that he was a pedophile. And that proved to be an absolute blatant lie and highly illegal.
Well, I've tried to tell people this before. I have people who watch me that are well above all your pay grades.
There we go. There's the clip.
And I don't know who that is. But I know I have people that watch me that are well above all your pay grades.
Ask him to explain it. He probably couldn't.
For a reason. I ain't the one doing any of this shit. You've done it to yourselves.
Another thing somebody that's abusive would say.
All I ever try to do is fight back and stick up for myself. That's why I shut everybody down.
That's false, to be quite honest. That's absolutely false. Here's a little primer for tomorrow. The first interaction that I witnessed what he did on, I think it was episode 100, but I believe by that point I may have even gone to bed. But, and then later on there was other instances of stuff of him freaking out and stuff. But, like, his... Actually, what was I getting on? Okay, so after that point, he's constantly coming around or showing up in the chat, and he calls in later and stuff because he's up late. But I guess by that point, I'm already gone. And at that point, I start dealing with what's it called? Lucky Low. And canon stuff, and prior to that, I'm doing fucking Final Frontier news and stuff, and Scott's getting fucking riled up because he wants to be on, but Joe's not letting him, and he's arguing in the fucking comments like, "You're so wrong about this, Dave. It's the Galactic Federation, blah blah." Like, so he's just jealous already that I'm being featured, that I'm saying things that he doesn't agree with, and more importantly, that I remind him, because again, he confuses my confidence for arrogance, that I remind him of whoever it was in elementary school that made him feel inadequate, or maybe just made him realize how actually inadequate he really is, and that's why he's always held a grudge against me, and I guess someone who looks like me. Because, he keeps going back to the whole JP thing. So this is clear that he's associating that. It's a clear subconscious psychological inflection. So, what was I getting on here?
Shut the Patreons down, stopped taking money, and said, fuck everything and everybody. I want no restraints. None. You guys still enable yourselves to have restraints. I don't. It is what it is, man.
Well, that won't sound very good in a curdler if you don't keep restraints on yourself. If you can't control yourself in public.
People that know that I'm not know exactly that I'm telling the truth. Not. I don't care if 50 people say I am. I'm not. I'm not. And the people that know that I'm not know exactly that I'm telling.
So basically, you said, I don't care how many people actually believe that, I'm a danger to myself and others. Like, I don't care. I won't accept that.
The truth. And they're lying to themselves if they tell themselves otherwise. I did not start this.
You did. You did, and I'm going to outline this on Saturday. I'm going to outline exactly how you started this. And in fact, now I got my memory back. Okay, so Final Frontier News, Scott doesn't like me, comments. Okay, I split away from Joe. Well, I go work with Ken and Lucky trying to do foul play on there. Joe gets pussy hurt. Fucking Ken has to disassociate from me and Lucky because Joe is putting pressure. So me and Lucky do our own thing. We do after midnight and stuff. But he also starts to do, what did it called? Lucky's Lowdown. There we go. So he does Lucky's Lowdown. I believe he interviews me first. And fucking, again, Scott just fucking livid that I'm working with Lucky Low, that I'm talking aliens and conspiracy and stuff, that we don't include him on this whole thing. And he just can't stand it. So he's been, like just hitting us up constantly on our videos and stuff with all these stupid negative comments, always fucking attacking me and blah, blah, blah. And one time, and I've got this written down and I will submit it, but one time he replied with, again, his usual vitriol. And I was going to just ream him out. And then I thought, you know what? I'm the better person here. Why don't I just fucking extend the olive branch and, show him that, A, he doesn't affect me, and B, that that I'm not the aggressor here, and that I'm extending an olive branch and stuff. So that happened, and after that, a few weeks after that, Scott appeared on, what's it called, Joe's show, and Scott yet again brought me up. And then Joe was like, well, why don't you, and I think I was in the chat at that point, because I remember him saying, well, why don't you extend the olive branch to Dave? I'm like, hey, hello, I extended it first. So, yeah. Okay, so I just find it very comical that Scott's always trying to make it look like I've always been this villain and stuff, but I was the one that actually extended the olive branch. I was the one that tried to smooth things. Again, you've got this raging lunatic coming against you, and you got me, devious Dave Rose, who doesn't give a fuck about these bitches. But rather than continually, rile him on and, just expose him as a piece of shit idiot, I said, you know what? I'll show I'm the better person here. And I wrote that nice message. And yeah, and obviously Joe later tried to make it look like he was the one saying, that he started that attempt at peace, but it was me. And yeah, things cooled down from there, although they were never totally cold. Because obviously Scott always had to be in a position where he felt that he was dominant. And, I put up with a lot of shit. But now it's over, and Scott is done. And whether he wants to believe reality or not, like I said, he said that he won't turn over for anyone, and I kept reminding him. When the cops force you onto your stomach and cuff you, they will then turn you over, stand you up, and throw you into the back of the car. So yes, scunt, you will turn over.
I am open. Wide the fuck open.
Now, if that truly was the case, Mr. McKinnon, would you be deleting or at least privating these videos on YouTube and not utilizing it as some sort of personal therapy session and actually leave these videos up as an actual response to those that are supposedly causing you such mental pain?
For investigation at any point in my life.
That's bullshit. That's bullshit. Any point of your life. So at 3 years old, yeah, I'm Scott McKinnon. I invite an investigation on me. No, scunt. No.
Do you ever hear certain people ever say the same thing I do? Never.
That's right. You've never heard me actually call the FBI on false pretenses. You've never heard me threaten somebody's life.
They don't want to be investigated because they know that they're hiding. They're lying.
You're projecting again, Scunty. You're the one who was constantly going between I've got a bag of guns to, oh, they're all fake, or to I lied, they're actually real. Would you really like the police to actually go through with that warrant to danger to your environment? Safety of yourself and others?
And they're fucking cowards and demons in the shadow. I'm not. I have demons in me like everybody else, and I fuck.
No. You are truly possessed with the spirits of evil, and you cannot compare yourself to normal people.
Fuck up, and I make mistakes, but I repent for every mistake that I make.
False.
I apologize for every mistake that I make. I own up to every mistake that I make. I don't hide in the fucking shadows, bro. I'm not a fucking hider. I have nothing to hide. I'm not evil like the rest of you. See how the viewers drop as soon as I start talking about this? Because there's legitimate fucking demons around here. Demons, bro. They're not.
How do you think a Kurtler is going to think about that? Because if you literally are seeing demons everywhere, there is definitely a need for psychological assessment.
Human. They're demons. For real, for real. Dave Rose, I thought, believed in Jesus and believed in God. I did. And then I heard him say that to Bullfrog one.
See, but that's the thing, though. We already know that this idiot is totally clueless on anything. So he can say, I thought this, I thought that, but it's so off base, that it can't even be considered as valid. So he's definitely not reliable in what he says. Let's continue.
That clip that I've always played when Bullfrog said, I believe in Jesus, Dave. I don't bend the knee to nobody. I bend the knee to Jesus and Jesus only. And Dave Rose goes, what's that? And he goes, I bend the knee to Jesus, Dave, and Jesus only. And Dave goes, oh, I see. Oh, I see. I'm Divas Dave Rose. I'm definitely going to lead all of you humans down the right path of righteousness in the court of air. I haven't done anything at all to break the law, the justice system. I've only spoke about it for years, how I'm a right-wing, righteous, not a leftist liberal soy boy. I'm a right-wing against the system, Dave Agent Smith. But I don't believe in Jesus. No, I'm God. Just like Nikki Nines. Want to push the Mormon church on people, but then goes and
I've never, ever claimed to be a god. If anything, I've said, consider me a deity, if anything, but I'm not keen on using that word. I've always had issues with Joe saying, I am God. Okay? Somewhat blasphemous. Somewhat. I'm not going to say it's, oh my God, the end of the world, blah, blah, blah. You could consider it that, but it's more so forget about the blasphemy. Think of the, what Scott is clearly projecting here, but think of the ego aspect. It's like, I'm a God. I'm clearly infallible. So therefore, I can't, I can't do no wrong, and therefore, do not question me. Now, if you take a look at deities, for example, you got to take a look at cultures as they properly called it. But say, for example, the ancient Greek, the gods there were fallible. Okay, they fell for lust, they fell for greed, gluttony, all that stuff. Okay, so they were obviously much closer to, comparable to humans and thus relatable. But it's just, I don't know why I'm even talking about that aspect, but it just goes to show the difference in view. And I also find it comical that he's trying to push this onto me as like, because again, I'm confident, because I know things, and I'm willing to speak about it without stumbling on words like he does. Clearly, I think I'm some sort of god. Clearly. Because no mere mortal would ever show confidence in knowledge they learned from those things called books. Never.
Blasphemizes God for real and calls himself denying God. Blasphemy, man. I don't give a fuck if it's a joke or not on YouTube. That's blasphemy on the real God. You're blasphemous.
You're rich saying that. Which real God, asshole? Because you, many times on fucking video, audio, have always said, oh, I believe in God and Jesus, Ja Rasta and Muhammad and this and that. It's like, you're just fucking, you're pulling a Cronin here, just throwing out the net to catch all of them together. You're a fence sitter. You don't fucking have any affiliation with any particular faith or religion. No, you're just throwing it out there. Okay? But yet, you'll say, oh, I'm seeing a Christian counselor. Yeah. But you're just throwing this all out there and you're claiming blasphemy and shit? But you're the one who's constantly blaspheming by trying to equate all these different deities, gods, as one?
On the real God, if you ever really do believe in God. You don't. You believe in the Matrix and you believe in the system and science. You might as well go join Tom Cruise on a Scientology escapade and go kill yourselves. Psychos. Be a part of the system. Nancy Pelosi will take you right in, man. Nancy Pelosi and Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, they'll take you right in, bro. You guys can all apply to the White House right fucking now. Apply. You'll get a job. You're all bowing down like sheep. You're against the very thing that you always said you were against. You're literally for it, man. Everything's been a lie. This whole community's been a lie.
What?
And everybody in it. It's been a fucking lie. It's been a lie from day one.
This is... Okay, so now everything's a lie. Okay.
Shouldn't be so surprised. As I go to jail. And then I'm going to sentence to jail, killed by the cartel in my tribunal. But I'm going to be killed by the cartel in my tribunal too, by the way. I'll be sentenced to jail on Friday. And then I'm going to be killed by the...
No, See, the sentencing will probably happen at the tribunal as well. Well, it just makes sense to have it all in one. So we'll do that. So the sentencing will happen Saturday, not Friday.
Cartel.
Consider Friday more like the preliminary hearings and such, presentation of evidence and so forth.
As I go to jail with Judge Fakalo. You see,
is that a potential? Oh, you know what I'm thinking might happen is that it sounds very possible. Like it might be like when Lee Harvey Oswald was arrested and was being taken through the parking lot when, not Heistman, when Real Talk came in with the pistol and just shot him in the stomach there. So is that what he's imagining is going to happen? He's going to be in fucking custody and then out of nowhere somebody is going to be like, shout out Vegas cartel and just fucking start shooting. Is that what he thinks is going to happen?
The Minnesota judge got sentenced for underage kiddie porn the other day. You see that? Yeah. Got in jail. A judge. Underage porn. That's the world we live in. That's all your judges. That's your tribunal. That's your court.
Be very careful what you say, Mr. McKinnon. Are you trying to equate that anybody involved in the Grand Tribunal of Scott McKinnon is a pedophile? That would be very dangerous words.
For the law, that's your justice. That's where you guys live in this world. I lost my grandfather. I lost my fucking grandmother. I lost one of the most important women in my life, my second mother. Not my biological. smart. I have fucking many degrees. Like, I went to school. I'm not kid. I try to entertain you guys. I've tried to make money on this shit. Like, that's not what it's about. Like, I'm very smart. I have fucking many degrees.
So Scott is now claiming he's very smart and he has several degrees. From what I've seen, I remember the photo that he sent. They were all either certificates or diplomas. They were like, either it was a community college or it was a specialized trade school. And you don't get diplomas in trade schools. You get, or degrees. You get diploma. No. Which one is it? Well, I can't remember, but it's not like he's making it sound like he's got like actual, I don't know, MBA or something like that. That he's literally spent 4 to 8 years actually in post-secondary school.
Like, I went to school. I'm not,
I probably attended more school post-secondary than he ever has.
And now I'm on anxiety meds and lost my fucking job because of anxiety meds and because of you guys. And stuff.
No, you can't say one and the other. Look, you're taking anxiety meds, then that's on you for going to a job that they won't employ you with that condition. Okay? Nobody's forcing you to be on the internet.
Somebody fucking went and, you know how it goes. And I know what's going on. And I know who's doing it in this town. And
he knows who's doing it, but he won't say shit.
Y'all know where I am. I put myself out there. This is what happens. Let this be a lesson to anybody who wants to start YouTube. Don't put yourselves out there and be who you are and tell people where you live like I did and all that bullshit. I couldn't help it. I mean, the first time a young Republican doxed me, I don't know how he found it out, but he did. The whole Fort McMurray video and made Cock McSean and the drunk. I mean, this is like 5 years ago, and Ken plugged it on his channel. That's what started all this. So, otherwise none of this shit would have happened if it wasn't for Young Republican. Young Republican still the mastermind of the community. Still is running all you guys. Now he doesn't have me, his husband. He's running all of you. He's got his dream. His dream has come true. He's on the Falmouth Network now. He's working with Ken. He's working with Nikki and all these weird people. Like, ever since Nikki came,
fucking leave it to this guy to fucking try to steal some poor kid's dream. This fucking Make-A-Wish kid. You try to steal his dream. How dare you?
The community shit's got really fucking weird. Like, way worse. Ever since Mars Mirror brought his little friend Nikki in there, shit's gotten way worse, and Mars has been silent.
Nikki's like 3 times your size, dude. I don't think he's little. He'd probably tear you in half like a fucking phone book.
Mars has just been... It's like Mars sent a hitman to the community and just backed away. It's literally like Mars sent a hitman to the community and backed away. Very fucking bizarre shit. And there's a lot of shit I know about Mars that can come out real quick.
That sounds like a threat, Mr. McKinnon.
If people don't leave me the fuck alone.
No, see, the thing is, don't you understand that you do not retaliate against one person who's not involved with us, or the tribunal, because you're a pussy? No.
And I mean it. And Nikki.
You keep saying you mean it, you mean it, you mean it. You're serious, you mean it, you're serious. You're full of hot air, safety.
I still got 380 fucking emails on this fucking phone of Nikki Nines. You want to talk about Nikki Nines embarrassing me? Real talk, fake fucking talk, metaphor messiah? You want to talk about me being embarrassed? Nikki Nines, when I read fucking email 2 of the 380, he fucking struck me, motherfucker. He literally fired the first shot and admitted to it. Said, oh, that's private information. But uploading videos of me all fucking day and coming to this community attacking me, oh, that's fucking perfectly normal.
You've done the exact same thing, Skunt, and Espino would show this, on YouTube with your 24-hour streams. So, yeah.
Right? Attacking my family, looking at my sister, using my sister's fucking image, using my fucking nephew's images, using my dead grandparents' image, and their fucking names. That's all normal, though, right? Real fake talk faggot. Don't even get me fucking started, bro. Don't even get me fucking started, man. Unless you want to fly to fucking Canada right now yourself.
I would not suggest daring him that because I could almost guarantee that this guy could probably set up a concert there, and then to to cap off the night, he'd go knock on your door with all the boys that he'd fucking brought with him, as well as those that enjoyed his show. Be knocking on your door, or maybe he'd send you free tickets for you to fucking to go there. Maybe even step up on stage and fucking try to freestyle him. This guy's gotten some fairly good, attention and shit, man. And I mean, I wouldn't this guy's been to Germany for fucking rapping and shit, okay? You gotta be fucking good if they want you in Germany, okay? Like, they're literally shipping you a quarter way around the world. And you're gonna fucking tell me, like, this guy's just a punk? Like, why don't, like, he could fly over there and fucking, he could set up a concert, fucking just sell the shit out, and then he'd fucking go visit you. I mean, you're talking out of your ass, man.
Guam fucking Pro Violence is private jet because he's flying to Canada, my homie. My homie Pro. My homie Pro Violence will take you out here, real talk. We'll have a good meal together, man. We'll have a good supper.
Yeah, nah. I don't want to say anything because then Scott's going to say, oh, that's a threat, man. I think it was a very witty thing I was going to say, but we'll forget about that because this guy will jump on anything.
We'll have our last supper, man. And we'll just shoot
Oh, he said it now. Okay, well, that could be construed as a threat.
each other in the face. And we'll just end it off. Look at that mustache. That shows you how much of a coward Wire is. They tell him to disassociate with you, and they'll be his friend, and boom. Yeah, because Dave Rose said that Wire was getting the tribunal next, and he was disassociating with him.
Okay, before we continue, yes, Ken, I'll read your comment. I wipe my hands of all of it after the tribunal. It's all dead to me after the tribunal. It's all over. Yes, I do want to wipe my hands clean of this as well. And, yeah, I look forward to finally, once part 2 is done, then it's done. Okay, like for me. But part 2 it's not going to be telegraphed, televised. The revolution won't be televised, so Scott won't know about that. He'll go back on the offensive, start to make, produce more evidence, just highlighting his psychosis and his insanity and his criminality. But by this point already, I'll be, on my project of presenting this to law enforcement, politicians, and mental health experts. Violations, as I've mentioned prior, on both sides of the border. So, tribunal will be done. Scott will definitively review it. And then, he'll think, oh, well, you can't do anything to me. I didn't get a knock on my door. It's like he literally thinks that during the tribunal, his house will be surrounded by fucking SWAT units, and they're going to fucking send the dogs in and a robot, like fucking smoke bombs and shit. And like, he literally thinks that's what's going to happen. That's not what's going to happen, scunt. It's going to be worse in the sense that you'll never know when it's going to take place, when it's going to happen, when, all the papers have been signed and the police say, okay, well, Crown Attorney, we've got everything we need to pursue, with the warrant, and we're ready to actually mobilize all the necessary people to move in for the actual arrest. So you're not going to know that, scunt. Okay? So, yeah, okay. Flap your gums after the tribunal, because I know you will, and this was already planned for, okay? Every step that you do, it's all like we already know what you're going to do before you do it, okay? You are that predictable. You can claim you're not. You can actually try to fight this and yell and scream, have your tantrum and shit. But we already know, okay? So what's going to happen is the tribunal is going to be a beautiful thing. It's finally going to be over. We're going to have this beautiful presentation for people. It's going to, enable the knowledge necessary for those who have experienced problems with Scott, particularly Americans, how to be able to pursue legal charges against him, okay? Or to present these charges to the police where they can in turn just charge him for endangering the public, for example. So once that's done, Scott will probably go on the offensive again, try to shout, try to say, oh, I'm not arrested right now, so you clearly weren't able to do anything, ignoring the fact that literally the sands of time are running out in that hourglass. He doesn't know when it's going to fucking happen, but it's obviously going to happen because he recognizes the crimes he's committed. And then there's obviously the felonies that he committed with the FBI and stuff. So that's the second stuff. So the best part is there's going to be a period after the tribunal that he's going to go back on the offensive, and he's going to try to rile people up and convince people that he's still in control, that nobody stopped him or anything. So just letting you know that that's going to happen, okay? Scott's going to actually think that he's going to get off scot-free, no pun intended. Okay, but he just doesn't realize, because he's so ignorant of the law, that the wheels of of justice will already be turning at this point. So it's like Trump said, he wasn't ever going to fucking tell the terrorists when he was going to fucking attack. So the police are never going to tell you, oh, by the way, sir, can you be sure to be home at 8:30 p.m. tonight so that we can enact our warrant and arrest you? No, they're not going to do that, dummy. Okay? So, yeah, expect that he's going to go on the offensive. He really should just disappear after the tribunal. He should just disappear and stop making any videos. This would be, if I was a lawyer, but I'm not, I would be giving him that advice. I'd be giving that advice for the last fucking years. But he's going to continue. So expect that. Expect him to try to attack people and to think that he is back in control. He won't be, but this is the worst part of someone who's insane, is they don't realize what they're bringing upon themselves. So just be aware that that's what's going to occur. And there may be a few, again, I would like to redo episode 13 just to review that stuff. And, just to conclude that, but I do want to end this publicly with the tribunal and leave it there and not have to discuss any more about Skunt. But we'll have to see. I guess we'll have to see, because the pushback that's going to happen after the tribunal may produce some very, very good clips. They may produce some clips of some very big criminal acts, at which point it just makes things so much more easy. So again, I'm not one to strike his channel or wish him to not be able to speak his truth, because I want him to document his criminality so that it just becomes easier for me and others to ensure that this guy finally gets put away forever.
And every time Dave Rose can put Wire in line. I told you guys this for fucking eons. Wire is a prison bitch. When Wire was in prison in Collin County Jail
He's projecting again.
in Houston, Texas, I talked to Collin County about Wire's fucking involvement there.
That's not weird at all. That's not weird at all. Someone that you called your friend, you've literally looked them up and you supposedly talked to these people. But then again, you said you talked to Texas police. And as we all know, there's no Texas police, you asshole.
At the jail. I talked to the prison guards.
Just like he said he talked to the police, he talked to the Florida police in regards to Keith Rabarber. Talk to the Florida police, not to the Broward County Police Department, which is the one that's actually responsible for the region that Keith lives in. No, the Florida police. But good luck knowing the law, guys. Dave Rose, you're not as smart as you think you are.
Legitimately. And they told me he was a bitch there. He sucked tons of dick. He sucked big black dicks and everything, bro. Like, he sucked dick.
This is slander, really. This is slander. Because you know it's false. And you're basically trying to character assassinate somebody. And as such, that is a crime.
Like, he got out of there. He sucked prison guards' dick. He get out there. He get out because he's a rat, bro. He's a real rat. Like, he's a rat on the streets and everything. They let him go because he's a rat. He sells people out and everything, man. He's going to get him and his father killed someday because he's legitimately a prison rat.
And that could also be construed as a threat.
That's the only reason he get out. He's a prison rat. For real. You don't believe me? Call and County yourself. Trust me. That's not slander. That's truth.
Trust me. Trust me.
I have documented and I have it recorded to back up my record.
Then why don't you play it, stupid? Why don't you play it?
He's a fucking prison bitch. He ratted people out. That's how he get out, and he sucked dick majorly in there. That's why he's bisexual and confused. That's why he's all fucked up.
As opposed to out of the closet and fabulous like Scott is.
And in this community, he had all kinds of, like, he wanted to always prove us that he was fucking a girl and sent us pictures and all our little Skype group chats of him fucking a girl that were hookers and all this shit. He's fucked up.
Great point, Real Talk. Why is Scott always talking to the police? Could we have found a rat?
Fucked up mentally. That's why he is a troll. That's why he's doing what he's doing to people. He hates the world. He hates his family. He's always fighting with fucking old Republican. He's always fighting with him. Me and old man Davey were on that call. They got in a huge fucking fight. It was all on air. You guys don't remember?
But he says always, but that was one time.
Like, he's a fucking mess.
As opposed to you. Scott, your projection's showing.
But he wants to fucking broadcast my shit. I don't give a fuck. My shit's broadcast.
You do. That's why you struck me and Nikki.
All my fights with fucking people I live with, it's all broadcasted. Every roommate I live with. Shit happens. We get in fights. Shit happens. You guys only hear me getting in fights with my roommates because of my shit. You don't hear the other shit that goes on when it's out there. You only hear what you fucking hear from.
So are you going to give us any details or just leave that so ambiguous that we have to assume that you're correct?
From this side. You only hear what I want you to fucking hear. I don't give a fuck.
Oh, so you're admitting your duplicitous manipulation.
Wire's a fucking mess, and he's a prison rat.
Welcome, Casey is wrong.
Hey, Dave, I had to call in. That one point where he was going on that he lost his grandma and everything, I was like, who goes around and bitches about or cries about their grandma like long after? Like, dude, I lost my dad and my wife. You think I should be in this guy lot worse shape than he is?
Well,
you know what I mean?
He needs to be a victim.
I'm like, bitch, please.
Well, again, he likes to exaggerate, and he needs to be the center of attention, so as such, he chooses to play the victim.
When I heard that, I was like you said, it was like, oh, come on, let's stop acting like the victim.
Well, doesn't look like he'll ever learn.
So that was one thing. When I heard that, I was like, I had to call in.
Well, we definitely appreciate your input and letting us know that, Scott is a bitch.
Well, I've been enjoying the show. I just wanted to throw that in there.
Well, as always, we appreciate your input, and I can guarantee that everyone in the chat agrees with you.
Hey, I got something that's coming in. I'll send you a picture when it comes in.
Sounds good.
Alrighty, thanks for having me on.
Not a problem, man. Thank you for calling and giving us your take on things.
Alright, I can't wait for the tribunal.
Oh, we're all eagerly anticipating it.
Oh, yes.
All right. Have yourself a great night.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Casey is Rob. Be sure to check him out on his channel. He is the resident video game expert and a great collection of beautiful retro consoles.
He's a fucking leech, bro. And he's got every one of you now under his spell in this community. Because he's such a lovable, fun guy. He's a fucking con artist, dude. Do you know what a circus carny is? You ever hear of a circus carny? How he cons you into making you think that he's a fun, lovable guy? These are the people that rape children at the circus. For real. These are the ones that suck in the children. I'm a friendly, good guy. Haha, I got jokes. Wire's a weird, sick motherfucker, bro. Trust me. I know what I'm talking about. Go listen to him the way he treats his father. Ask Dave Rose to tell you the truth. Put Dave Rose on a lie detector and ask Dave Rose to tell you the truth of how YR treats his father.
Everything I've ever witnessed was
Treats his family.
I never saw anything that would make me think that he was a danger to his father, that he was bad or anything. And yeah, I mean, I don't know what he's getting at.
Family members and what YR really is. Tell Dave Rose to go on a fucking lie detector, his old buddy, young Republican now, and tell him to tell.
Lie detectors actually can be defeated. So they're not really 100% accurate. So stop watching 1950s courtroom dramas there, Skunty, and accept the fact that many courts today will not accept a polygraph test, which is what you continue to refer as a lie detector.
Tell you the truth in a curdler. Tell him to tell you the truth on all his buddies. Ken, Mers, whoever the fuck. Put Dave Rose on a lie detector and put me in a lie detector, and you'll see who tells more fucking truth. Motherfuckers. You know it and I know it. Put me on a lie detector and learn a curdler, Travis TLC. Put Travis TLC on a curdler lie detector. There's a clip for ya.
Wow, he is triggered by everyone. Anyone that just won't tolerate his bullshit, he is just absolutely triggered.
Motherfucker. You want me to say the N-word? You want me to drop the N-word real loud right now with the hard R for Heist Minifo?
We know you want to.
Fuck you, Heist. You fake fuck. Joe Cronin was always right about you, bro. You always wanted the white man to say it. Just so you could use it against him, and look what you did. You used it against the guy who was moderating your chat and looking after everything in there. I was the only motherfucker who supported you in this community, bro. And look at you now. You took my wrench away, and look at you now. Joining a group of people that don't give two fucks about you, bro. I mean, we're not even an 8. 4 dislikes on this one. This one's called Little Speech for y'all. I uploaded this an hour ago. 4 dislikes, 1 like. Oh, yeah, but there's Kramer. He's a loathsome, offensive brute, yet I can't. Says he doesn't do drama on him. But then he doesn't go and address these people. He only addresses me. And I don't even have a part in any of this. He doesn't bring up Wire. He sometimes brings up Dave. He never brings up Nicky Nines. And that's about it. He sometimes brings up Dave and sometimes does fucking shows when anymore.
Wow, and it's sad when Skuntent needs to review Skuntent. He's literally in this video just reviewing his video.
He's a fucking loathsome, offensive brute, yet I can't look away. You know, they always say the biggest haters are the biggest fans. You know, it goes all the way back to Howard Stern, bro. Way back in the day, they gave the numbers of his fans and his numbers of his haters. And the numbers of the haters were out. Point the finger at the back. And all of you are going to go in his chat as troll accounts, not yourselves. And you're going to be like, yeah, pull my dick out, Sean's view. Fucking show me your testicles. Yeah, man. Now I'm going to leave you guys. I'm going to piss on the... what I'm going to do is I'm going to piss on the laptop. I'm going to piss on the laptop. I'm going to play a song. And piss on the laptop, go for a smoke, and then come back. I'm going to do that. Yeah, so my dick is so cash from the garage, crazy stuff, right? Who is the FBI agent? Obviously a stream, but whatever, man. Whatever, Nikki. You want to get me to my friends because I still know that guy. It is what it is. We talked about it the other day. So you want to get me killed? Get me killed, Nikki. It's either you want to get me arrested or you want to make me. You better make up your mind soon, Nikki and Dave Rose, because you can't have two of like either you guys want
You can't have a two.
to get me killed.
It's like you can't get me killed or get me arrested. It's like, but that, well, it's not what we want. At least with the killing. But I mean, we hear multiple times of people getting arrested and then getting killed while in jail. So technically, you can have your cake and eat it too.
Or you want me to be arrested. So you can't go and send the cartel out there.
We didn't send any cartel after you, asshole.
And then say I'm a rat and you want to get me killed and then go and take me to a court of law. Because it's what...
Imagine that. Taking a corpse to a court of law.
One or the other. You can't just walk in and go, well, this guy broke this and this crime, but he also... I got some buddies out here that want to kill him. That's not how that works. So I don't know.
No, it's not, because you're an idiot. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about.
I don't know who's telling you about how the law works, but it doesn't sound very legitimate to me.
Well, I'm sure that everyone who's in this chat right now can confirm. By the way, I'm smoking Recon today. It tastes great. Very smooth. Well, not that smooth, but very flavorful. Tastes somewhat sweet, like berries. I lost my train of thought. But if you want to get off, you gotta cough.
So pick or choose there, Nikki. Either I'm a rat and you guys want to get me killed here in Fort McMurray, or you want to get me arrested. So pick or choose.
Why can't we have both? I mean, again, I say it in jest, but do you forget that some of these mafia rats get arrested, they get them put in jail, and then, they get shivved. So they get arrested and they get killed. So that kind of goes against what you're trying to propose. But you realize what you were doing, because that's why you stumbled. But you're trying to say, it's got to be one or the other, people. Either you kill me or you jail me. I won't allow for either one, or for both at the same time, And you're not going to kill me and then try me in court. No, dummy. No, nobody would be that stupid. Only you would think that. But no, nobody's going to fucking pull a weekend at Bernie's with fucking your corpse in the court of law and have you convicted. Like, are you fucking that stupid? I think you are.
You and Dave both. Pick or choose. One or the other, boys. Not both. One or the other. Make your decision. Make it soon.
What do you mean make it soon, stupid? What do you mean make it soon? A, we don't take instructions from you. B, we already telegraphed exactly what the schedule is. I made a fucking stream telling people what the actual tribunal fucking timing was going to be. So there is no, you decide on it soon. It's already been decided on. I'm the decider. Mission accomplished.
So anywho, on that note, I'm going to go out in the garage with that very person. And then when I come back, maybe I'll play all the 380 posts of Nikki Nines throughout his life to see who can embarrass who the best. Maybe I'll do that, and we'll see who gets struck again for YouTube terms and services violations of privacy. Maybe that's what I'll do.
Those terms that you just said, none of them go together. Okay, so you just jammed them all together, clearly a lie or stupidity, and no, that doesn't work.
Huh? You fucking coward maggots. You hypocritical faggots. Oh, I said the F word again. Uh-oh. If I'm not black like Heist made a foe, I can't say faggot. Oh, shit, I said it again. Only a black man like Heist can say that. And the N word with your hard R. You know what I mean?
That's my DJ name. DJ Hard R.
Yeah.
Coming to you live from Alabama.
Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Why are 17 of you watching me but nobody's commenting?
Well, I would have to warrant that many of them enjoy watching you, I guess, debilitate yourself with your delusions and your alcohol. And many of them are probably those people that you pissed off in your hometown community that are just really obsessed with you, to be honest. But you've pissed them off real bad, man. Again, the whole, the motorcycle club thing, that's a big deal. Like, they take that shit seriously. Maybe you don't, but they do. And, might be best not to mess with them. I certainly don't. But then you pissed off people in your community as well, and they know about you. So that's on you, dude. Shout out to Mars Mira and the Nikki Nines channel, aka Nikki Nines, aka the Nine God, in the chat. How about that?
Like, what are you doing with your lives? What day is it even? Is this what you're really doing at 1:25 a.m. Eastern Standard Time?
See, that's the thing. I doubt that that's actually the time that he was airing. I think that's his time. I think he was airing at, I guess he's in two hours away, I guess. Yeah, he's in Mountain. So that would make it 3:30, 3:23, whatever, in Eastern.
17 of you? Wow, man. That's fucked up. Well, I'm going for a bit, so you guys enjoy. I always envision these. Him and Joe Cronin. Are you guys all talking in a private Skype right now? Like Bax, Marvin, D-Walls. Like I always envision these things in my head, like, but
more admission of delusion.
I know. Because I know, like, most of it's true. But yeah. It's all good. Oh, Gargots is live right now. Gargots just went live, guys.
Looking for John Gunner.
Look, guys, Gargots went live. Go watch Gargots. Look.
Riding that dirt bikes, and he's like using this.
Look, Gargots, everybody. Look.
To, like, take money
look, it's the cool guy, Gargots. Look.
Another individual, Gargots, who popped up in Joe Cronin's community. Basically, I guess isn't on Joe's good side, I guess, but really just doesn't give a fuck, and he has his own little. I could be wrong on that with Joe, but that's what I've heard. He does his own thing, his own stream. The fuckers last for 8 hours or something like that. So this guy's going on from. And I've seen this before. I saw he was live last night, like I think it was about midnight or something. It's like, oh shit, this guy. And I always wake up in the morning and see that he's basically live. So, obviously this is a continuous stream. And, yeah, I just remember that there was certain conflicts as of late between Garguts and Scott, but I believe that it's probably because Garguts just doesn't give a fuck. He's like this. I wouldn't call him a typical stoner, but he's just like he wants to fucking do his own thing and just couldn't care less. He's like Heist. You can't get him mad. Like, he's gotten annoyed and perturbed, but you just can't bother him, and he'll just fucking remove you if he doesn't want to deal with you and stuff. So it's clear that this is another person that Scott hasn't gotten power over, who won't, show this enabling behavior, and Scott can't get a rise out of him, so obviously now he's attacking him.
It's Cool Gargots, everybody, in his garage.
Oh shit, Real Talk is right. You got the whole Vegas cartel in the chat.
Homeless.
It's like this bridge.
It's a conspiracy, mon. All of you are here to conspire for the tribunal, mon.
They go off.
Right? I'm homeless in an alley, too. Look, go watch Gargots, guys. You can go and participate. You can go over there and, like, go in his Discord and stuff. Like, go watch him. Fuck off. Get out of there. Jesus. You guys, go over there. Fucking watch Gargots. Fuck out of here. You're freaking me out now.
I'm actually thinking that I'm going to be so alleviated when I finally complete all this bullshit that it'll just be so much easier for me to quit smoking. So that's a good motivator.
Why are you guys watching me? Freaking me the fuck out. Go watch Gargots. Fucking snapping right now because Gargots? God. How did I get rid of you guys? Bro, I just walked in my bathroom. And I'm fucking...
What do you mean bathroom? They got bathrooms in alleys now?
snapping right now because I just fucking cleaned the carpets the other day and the floor and everything. And the girls and the guys are already walking in here in the back, and there's mud all over the fucking goddamn bathroom floor, all over the fucking carpets. Like, I'm gonna try to remain calm now. Calm down. If they didn't have Scott to focus on, they would all turn on each other. Well, that's the thing. Like, most times when I disappear and they don't got Scott tent, they do turn on each other. I've seen this for like years, bro. If they don't got a certain specific person for a common denominator, they all turn on each other. I've seen it. It's literally going on right now. If you guys pay close enough attention, you'll see that it's literally going on. It went on today. If you pay close enough attention, it goes on every day because none of these people are really friends. They're all evil demons. They're all going to self-destruct each other. This isn't about one guy. None of this has ever been about one person or one guy in this community. It's been about all of you. This is a game that you're playing, people. It's all a game. Life is a game, let alone this small-ass community, bro. What do you want me to do? Like, what do you guys want me to do? I'll be back. But I'm going to leave you guys with some music. But I'll be back. I got to go for a second. But I'm telling you the truth. You guys are fucking all losing your minds, man. More than I am. And I don't want anybody to lose their mind. Go watch Garguts for a bit. Go participate in his chat. Go troll him. Do whatever the fuck, man. No one trolls here anymore. Like, it just doesn't happen. But anyway.
Friday. That day, or those days of the week.
You think I'm fucking stupid enough to leave my stream on and walk away? You gotta be out of your fucking mind. No, I am. I'm that stupid. No, I'm just joking. No, I'm not just joking. Good night, everybody. Go watch Garguts.
Yeah, and that's that. So that's most of that upload he made. Not everything. But I specifically wanted to at least highlight this specific talk that he made about Real Talk closer to the beginning. And just this delusion that we saw. By the way, Ken, you can call in any time now. You said you wanted to call in. But, yeah, thank God it's over, says Travis TLC. Mars makes a great point. That's that. Same shit I've been listening to for the last 2 years. Yes, and we're all happy that it's finally going to be over and done with. And like I said, Scott may, after the tribunal, may try to puff out his chest like the little soft rat that he is. Think that, he literally should have had police swarm into his location to arrest him the day of live the tribunal, which is not what's going to happen. And he'll claim that as a victory. What he won't realize is that the sands will be running out of the hourglass, and it will be inevitable that action will be taken. But the police aren't going to fucking warn him about this. He just doesn't seem to understand that. So, we're going to have to wait a little bit before we stop hearing from Skunt altogether. And then there's part 2, which once that beautiful masterpiece is complete, I will, I guess, perhaps even create a documentary or a mini documentary to air on my channel as to what I did to pursue that. And obviously Scott won't know the results of that either, because I'm not going to be telegraphing it. So, Scott might try to think that he's capable of speaking again. He'll get a little too big for his britches, but what he really should realize is that his time is done. His time is limited, and he will never know when it runs out. But it's going to run out because it's inevitable. What's going to be done and what's going to be presented, there's no way out of it, Skunt. There's no way out of it. And you chose to do this. You chose to do this. You're going to blame everyone else. Oh, it was you that forced me to take these meds that got me fired. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even your fake fucking therapist that convinced you to stay on the internet. That's you, bud. You are responsible for that. All right, let's welcome Foulmouth's Ken.
Scanty. This weekend, it all ends this weekend. It's all coming to a head. You like that?
That's right.
What's going to be in the thumbnail?
So fucking worthless.
Dude,
so
who
fucking
fucking
worthless.
asked that, bro? Like, why the fuck would you ask a question like that, bro? What's going to be on the thumbnail?
Again, why would he shave his eyebrows? Because he likes it in the pooper.
Dude.
It's the only explanation.
Dave, I got to ask you, when was that recording of?
That was actually March. Hold on. March. Yeah, you should have asked. Fucking him to tell you what month it was. Like, Tommy, what month is it? March. Or you could actually, instead of you just use the clip and just take out the K and just March.
March.
He would love that. You should do that for the last day of March. Be like, hey, Tommy, what day is today? It's the last day of March.
Last day of March.
That was March 25th, my friend. It was it earlier today? Yes, it was last night, early this morning. So
that's a fresh new one.
I think it started around maybe midnight. Again, I remember going to my subscription screen and seeing that it'd be there, me hearty, at 12 midnight.
So that's hot off the presses, right? So everything he's saying in that.
Yeah, that's his most recent video. The lengthiest one. I remember he made 2 other videos.
He still doesn't get it, though. It's like, and no matter how many times it's told to him, he still doesn't get it. He keeps saying this, like he makes this claim that I'm all by myself. I choose to be by myself and doing this on my own. And it's like, dude, we all know you don't choose that. We all know that. It doesn't matter how many times you lie and say that. We all know that you've done so much to so many people that now you're by yourself. You're literally by yourself now, just like you are in real life. I mean, you know what? Like, what 30-some-odd-year-old, right, ends up in a situation where they got to leave their hometown to go work, right? And they go there and they work. But what kind of life do they have with the job that they're working on? Like, don't you have a job so you can have a life and enjoy the good things in life with the job? So you can have money, access to do those good things and those fun things with your family or your friends, or even by yourself sometimes. But it's like this guy, like, obviously he's a young man, right, in his 30s that is totally by himself. And he's always been. Since we've known Scott, he's been by himself, and he sits there making this claim, I choose to be. But I think this is the problem. It doesn't just apply for YouTube. It applies for his real life. Like, if he fucking realized one day that he doesn't choose to be by himself, he doesn't want to be by himself. We could all tell he doesn't want to be alone. Once he wakes up, maybe it'll help him out in his real life as well, knowing that, like, he pushes all these people away and he makes himself end up by himself every time. I mean, look, somebody said it in the chat. He fights with his own roommates, every fucking one of them. Every single one of them that he had. He came up with some kind of fucking crazy thing that Filthy Mouth Gamer speaks to his roommate's ex-father-in-law or some stupid weird shit. You remember that one?
No.
Yeah, he made that claim once, that Filthy was in cahoots with his roommate's not stepfather. Yeah, stepfather. His roommate's ex-stepfather. When I heard that one, I was like, what the fuck is this guy smoking? Because whatever he's smoking, I want a couple of hits. Because, goddamn, that's some good shit. Because I don't know how the fuck he thinks of these things, man, half the time. And he's still making the same claim about everything, dude. It's just a broken record. And see, what he doesn't also get is he thinks that we think he's just gonna disappear after this tribunal. That Puff is gone. He's gone. He will never appear again in our community. He's gone. He'll never blah blah blah. He thinks that's what we're thinking. He doesn't get it. We know he's not going anywhere. We know he's going to try to cling to whatever the fuck he can cling to. We get it. But the purpose of the whole thing is that it's closure for the people that want to move forward. It's a bookend for the people who want to end it and just move on with their fucking life online and just move on with their shit and go in a different direction. So, like, he still doesn't get it. We know you're not going anywhere, Scott. We know you're not leaving. We know you're going to try to, leech and slither and snake your way in with whoever you can. We get that.
No, we know that that's what he thinks is planned. As in, that's what he thinks that there's going to be no repercussions from what he's done. So he thinks, oh, these guys, well, he thinks he's going to be able to get away with it, but he knows what he's done is bad. So he knows that there is a chance that he will go to jail, but he's still acting as if somehow he's going to be able to just convince everyone involved, like, oh, no, I was just joking around. I was just a character, and therefore just dismiss those charges.
Yeah, Dave, I got news for you. I wouldn't be surprised this guy gets hauled off the jail. It wouldn't be a surprise to me because...
Why? Okay, well, here's the things, Ken. I know he will. Okay, there's
all right. Well,
there's
I'm just
a
saying.
difference.
Listen, it's not going to come to a shock to anybody, I don't think, because we already know so much shit that he's involved with here in this community. God only knows what he's involved with outside of this community and in real life. Like, I mean, I bet you we just touched the tip of the iceberg, with this guy and what he's done outside of this community. Like you mentioned before, Malky Woodland. Like, there's some fucking, like, Malky Woodland might be a big retard, a big fucking pushover drunk, right? But he knew a lot of hardcore fuckers, man, and talked about them, frequently, and also got himself in trouble where he had to come on to a fucking live stream and apologize to people accordingly. Same thing with Scott, basically. you start rubbing elbows with the wrong fucking people, you start talking shit, it gets back to the wrong people. And Scott's got to worry about that in his real life, let alone anything on the internet, too. So, like, this guy is just fucked. And his mouth and his lying and his manipulation and his bullshit has got him to a point now where even the people online are fucking done with him. The people in his life are done with him. And now the people online, where he goes to escape that bullshit life that he's made for himself, he's now fucking blown that too. He's now blown that too. That escape. He blew his escape. He blew it. So now it's time to pay the piper. And that's this weekend.
Well, it was inevitable. He asked for this. He wanted this. He challenged people to do this. And here we are.
Dave, I heard you talking about the people asking you to do tribunals and this and that. And it's like, Bullfrog's one of those guys that you get a tribunal and you get one. And now you get one. And it's like, dude, shut the fuck up. Like, you can't even last 20 minutes on the show talking. Like, don't start fucking pushing tribunals around the people, And
no, but
people
like
saying,
SC Steve, for example, there should be a tribunal on this guy. It's like, who's going to do it? You? It's like, no, it's expecting you to do it. Who the fuck are you to volunteer my services for that?
Whoever I ask you to do it on, I think this guy. Hey,
I'm having problems with this person. Do a tribunal on them. Yeah, as you wish. I'm just a genie.
I just got into a brawl with J.R. Ford. Can you do a tribunal in the chat? I just got in a fight with him in the chat. I just got into a brawl with, it's like, no, dude, it don't work like that, bro. Like, you got to literally fuck up like Scott, and like keep fucking up in order to get like to this point where, he is with everybody. Like, you got to fuck up pretty bad, for a while. Because he was running free, bro, for a while, bro. Like, doing whatever the fuck he wanted, covering whoever he wanted, saying whatever he wanted, and he got away with it. And he thought he was a big man because he was sitting there exposing the lies. Come to me and I'll show you, I'll expose all the lies. Meanwhile, he's the one lying. It's like he's exposing the lies, because you're telling them to everybody. That's how you're exposing them. Like he wasn't doing shit. He's never done any good on that channel. The only time he did good on that channel was before we all met him, I think. When he had those 2 or 3 videos about aliens where he was fucking normal at that point. But you know what? The truth came out about that too. He was in a whole nother community and fucking wore out his welcome because he was calling out the channel. He was calling out the channel that he was watching. And people were like, why are you calling out the channel for? And, and then he got wore out his welcome there right away. So, and Scott's admitted to this when before he was even on Joe's shit or even interacted with Joe, he's admitted to this. There's videos of him saying, oh man, I've been doing this for years, man. Way before I met Ken and Joe, way before I met those guys. I've been fucking trolling people and doing this type of shit way before. So this guy's been running shop on the internet for years. You know what? It's catching up to him now. And it finally caught up to him this weekend. So, I'm looking forward to it. I just called in real quick to tell you that because I'm making dinner when my daughters get back from their game. And, I'm looking forward to this weekend. And we're going to cover all of it Sunday on No Hard Feelings. We're going to fucking cover how it went and, everything that was done and, all that shit. And then I wipe my hands free of it, Dave, after that. I literally am going to move the fuck on. Okay?
Good stuff.
I'm not here for Scott. I'm not here for Joe. So, like, I got to move the fuck on.
Well, hold on. So, but the thing is, though, the tribunal's on Saturday afternoon.
Yeah.
And you have Insomniac that night.
Yeah.
And then you have No Hard Feelings the night after, do you not? Or is it going to be Monday?
Yeah. Sunday night.
Okay, Sunday. So are you going to discuss it at all during Insomniac?
Sure, we'll mention it. I don't want to get into detail because I want to save it for when we could really sit there and dissect it and really, ponder over it. You know what I mean?
Okay. Because
I'm sure mention it.
What I'm thinking is there may be a need after. This might happen after the tribunal on the same day, but a post-tribunal press conference.
Yeah.
And potentially a stream just to celebrate being done with Skunt. So
I hear
personally,
you,
I
bro.
think that's that's what Insomniac should be. It should be a celebration of being done with Skunt.
Well, it is a celebration. It's funny you saying that.
But you
Because
did,
me and Shannon's anniversary is that day.
oh, well, that's more important than fucking Skunt.
Yeah, we're coming on to like drink and have fun Saturday night. So, I mean, I'm definitely going to mention shit and how it went down. But when I'm really going to dissect it and get into it is when, Mars and Nikki can also, and we were thinking about maybe, getting you if you're available and, trying to do something like that Sunday. But we'll take that by ear and see how the weekend goes.
Because I do believe that the end of the tribunal deserves a celebration. But you know what? Maybe I should just encourage other people to do one. And
well, we'll have a double one then Saturday night.
Or simulcast or whatever. I don't know, but
I'll definitely give you a.
I'm going to be exhausted. I can guarantee you that.
Well,
like fucking.
I'll definitely be drinking to it. I'll tell you that. I'll definitely be saluting it and telling people to check it out. Wherever it's going to be, and the links and everything. To where the tribunal is. I'd like to put that in maybe Saturday night on my link. Tell people they can go check that out if they haven't seen it. That's important. So maybe we'll get a link to that. Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I was just waiting for you to finish there, but okay. Well, I think that since you have to go, that's cool. I'm thinking I'm gonna end the show as well because we've gone through everything. It's been close to 4 hours.
So one more time. You said Friday tomorrow, right? Tomorrow. What time does it start again? Just because I didn't hear it before when you said it.
Oh my God, I've said it so many fucking times.
Got it. People are asking me. They're asking me, people. So I'm just saying, just say it again. You gotta say it a lot, man. This is radio, bro. Come on, chop chop.
It's okay. So tomorrow's the evidence marathon from 9 a.m. onwards.
Damn, 9 a.m.
Look for we're reviewing everything Scott's done, or as much as I've been able to put together on my computer for the last 4 years.
That is great. That is great because I'm at work and I could blast that the whole fucking day in my ears.
And that's gonna air not on my channel, not on this channel, but on several separate ones, because what I'm hoping to do is, I'm planning to do, and I'm hoping I can get more people on this, like you can, is that the video itself will be on a private stream, but that stream will be provided to certain people who will then be able to restream it, and then from that, if one gets struck down, you've got 10 others.
Protect the mainstream. You protect the mainstream. Yep.
Exactly. That's on a separate channel, and that link will be put up to. Well, the links to all the different simulcasting channels will be put up tomorrow once I get a finalized list of who's going to be helping me out simulcasting this. And the tribunal itself, with the breakdown on the criminality and the violations of the law, will occur on this channel, Devious Dave Rose, at 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time.
There you go.
With the honorable adjudicator, Nikki Nines, observing over the tribunal.
In the corner.
And yes, it shall be a glorious thing. I shall.
Even Filthy caught on to that.
What's that?
You know that? I said even Filthy caught on to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he came on Saturday, and I did not, because I don't call Filthy and tell him what goes on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't tell him, I don't update him. So like, if he's gone from like a Saturday show to the next Saturday, like he literally knows nothing. You know what I mean? Unless I told him, or unless he goes on and seeks it himself, which never happened. But for some reason, this Saturday when he comes on, he's like, "Yo, you want to hear my new sound drop?" I'm like, "What?" And all of a sudden, like, "Yeah, it's a quarter lure." I'm like, "Oh no!" I'm like, "You caught on to the quarter lure?" And he's like, "Oh my god, bro!"
I like that he did. I heard that.
He told me once he found out that he legit was saying it that way for the longest time because he thought he was kidding around.
I remember hearing it. It's like, no, wait, are you telling me that this is real?
Yeah. I know, because nobody could believe it. Like, you know, I mean, listen, I'm not fucking smart by any means. I get that, but like, goddamn, like, you know, come on. He was saying that for the last 2 years. It could have learned, and was legit saying it.
Yeah.
So can't deny that there's like some kind of like stigmatism in his fucking brain or something. I don't know what it is, dude. Like, do you ever think that he's taking that medication that they gave him, and or if they ever gave it to him, who knows? But do you ever think he's taking that medication and taking it like the way he's not supposed to? Because sometimes when he looks into the camera and he's talking and going a mile a minute, he looks like he's fucking high as shit.
The other day there was a video where his eyes were, it looked like, his pupils were very dilated, and he was sort of staring into space, and it's possible that, if he is under some sort of pharmaceutical, that it could be definitely doing that.
Yeah, I think he's doubling up on that or tripling up on that shit, and really fucking, you know, like probably taking that instead of drinking at times, I would think. You know what I mean? Because I've seen where alcoholics do that. They'll take like that medication to keep you off of drinking, and then they'll take that medication extra because they feel high on it. You know what I mean? I saw a friend of mine doing that for years. So I don't know. He could be doing that too. Who knows, man? It's none of my business, but you know what? It is until this weekend. So after this weekend, I could care less if he goes to jail and fucking dies in Fortnite. You know what I mean? So it is what it is after that. You know, I'll tell you this, Dave. It's spring in the air. I'm happy this tribunal couldn't come at the perfect time. Okay? You picked a really good time for it because it's all collating into what's going to look like a fucking sick ass spring and summer for all of us. Like an uplifting time, a better time than we had last year, I'll tell you that. So, and I'm really feeling the spring fever in the air.
Yep.
Feeling, and like a renewal, and I'm feeling like a new start, and I'm feeling like after this weekend, we're free. The ones that want to be free are free after this weekend, you know? And I really feel that. So, may sound corny, may think it's fucked up, but I honestly feel that way because I've been riddled by this guy for fucking 4 years. I've been trying to fight this guy off for 4 years. I've been trying to be friends with him for 4 years. I've been trying to do the right thing for 4 years around and having to deal with this fucker. And you know what? I don't want to sound selfish and make it about me because we've all dealt with this cocksucker in our own ways. And he's all done damage to all of us. Like, not damage physically or mentally, but just to bring us down to his levels sometimes is just, I feel like a piece of shit when I go down to his level. And I just want to end that because that's not why I'm here. I'm not on the internet to...
Are you working tomorrow? Are you working on Saturday?
No, I'm not. I'll be around.
Okay. Well, we may need you on the witness stand.
Oh, hey, I'll be there. I'll be there. Bushy-tailed and ready to go. And I also have some stuff I got to send you, too, that we found in the archives.
All right.
And you want to know, listen, you know, this isn't like, okay, so I know like you and Nikki have been the shields, the heat shields during this whole process for a while. But also there are people behind the scenes that have done the right thing and steered people in the right directions and given the right information and the right stuff. All legally, I might add. All legal, 100% legal. And there are a lot of people behind the scenes that have, you know, collated this too with you guys, and there are a lot of videos that were brought to people's light that they wouldn't have known about, and a lot of people chipped in small ways and in big ways to bring you what you guys are going to see this weekend, and Dave's going to, you know, put it all together. And yeah, if I got to be there Saturday for it, yeah, I'll be there. So like, it's going to be a bookmark, so I'm ready for it. And you know what, like I said, it's an information dump. There's a lot of shit. Just like when Nicky had that video a couple of weeks ago that he got flagged for with fucking, you know, Skunty over there flagged him with. That video of him putting his fucking phone in his pocket and recording one of his friends. Like, you know, somebody who does that to a friend is a complete piece of shit. That right there alone, that video alone. If you want to know who Scott McKinnon is, go watch that video if you don't know who Scott McKinnon is. Because to fuck over your own friend, and he's admitted it himself, that shit that he was talking about in that video could probably get them killed, right? Because you're dealing with cocaine, you're dealing with drug dealers, you're dealing with serious shit, okay? You're dealing with money. And when you deal with all that, you deal with guns and you deal with other things, right? We all know that, whose speech meant, okay? But this guy goes and records this guy and then uploads it to fucking YouTube long enough that several people come down the pike and record it. That's a scumbag, okay? He made that video public. He didn't do it by accident, okay? He didn't do it by mistake. He did it on purpose. He put his friends on blast. He put his own friend on blast on there with some detrimental shit. And now he's pissed that it comes out a couple of years later. Well, guess what, buddy? There's a lot more where that came from. A lot more. Things that you didn't think are still out there that are. You can keep deleting all your latest videos, but that doesn't matter anymore because your latest videos don't mean shit. Delete them all day. You could leave them up there. You could delete them. It doesn't matter. The truth is out there now, and that's it. There's no way around it at this point. So, Dave, I'm going to get this done, and, I will be there Saturday 100%, and I'll be listening on tomorrow at 9 o'clock in the morning, and whenever you need me, just hit me up.
Sounds good.
All righty?
All right. Well, thanks so much for taking your time to be here.
No doubt, brother. Take it easy. Thank you for taking your time for doing all these. Some people were saying, "Oh, I don't know how he does it," and this and that. Well, yeah, I don't know how he does it either. Like you put in some fucking hours on this, and you did do this. I'll tell you this: you definitely out-willed and out-hustled and outwitted Scott McKinnon, and that's 100%. And there's no doubt about that. Nobody could ever fucking deny that. When people talk about this story 100 years from now, they can definitely say there was that one guy though, that fucking Dave Rose guy that really did put the nail in Scott's fortnight. You know what I mean? And that's definitely you, brother. And you know what, Joe Cronin? You know what? He could either ignore this weekend and move on with his life and do what he loves and keep taking care of his family, or he can back Scott still and keep playing these games with Scott and everybody else, and then he's going to end up in a really bad area where he does not want to be because he has a lot to fucking lose. So I would think very carefully about your next couple of moves and your next couple of lies, because you know what? You see what's going on with Scott? It can happen to anybody. You push things too far.
That's right.
Dave Rose up.
And we're going to see what happens, who chooses to associate with Scott after all of this information comes to public light, and it can't be denied anymore because it's all compiled and presented and broken down and walked through, explaining the descent into clear madness that Scott has shown.
Period. Bookmark.
All right, on that note, we're going to end the show. Thanks again for calling, Ken. And I thank all those that have appeared here today. We had at one point 50 plus fake viewers. So that was very nice. So, people, here's the final summary before tomorrow's great start of events. Check this channel, 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, for links to the channels that will be playing the evidence marathon. By the way, this is fair use. It is for review of the public because it was published publicly, and for the submission of criminal evidence. Any interference in any potential criminal investigation is a chargeable offense. As such, I would recommend not striking any of the channels playing it, but we'll see what happens tomorrow if we have a little game of whack-a-mole. After that, on Saturday, we will have the Grand Tribunal on this channel here, where no clips will be played, no images of Scott will be shown, and nothing will be done in such a way that he could misconstrue it to flag it as a violation of copyright or bullying. All that will be said are actual facts, dates, statements, crimes committed, and as such, the criminal codes that they violate. This information will be presented in a very discernible way and a chronological way, showing a picture from Scott's initial insertion to this community, which he did by force with the cake stalker incident, all the way to today, where he continues to try to convince people to not take action against him or else. Okay? That shan't be tolerated anymore. The age of skunt is over. Ladies and gentlemen, have a good rest tonight. Tomorrow begins a great experience. I am your host, using the alias Perfectly Legal, known as Devious Dave Rose. I wish you a pleasant tonight and awesome